This podcast is brought to you by Vincero Watches. I always said I'm not a watch guy. I had like one watch, but I also said I was not a sneaker guy until I got into buying sneakers, and I found it fun to go into my closet and go, I wonder what shoes I'm going to wear. Now I'm doing that with watches, and it's a blast. I am wearing, they were nice enough to send me two watches, the Chrono S Rose Gold and this Bellwether white and blue nonstop. I think that's the name of it. I love it. I love it because it's a blue band. Blue's my power color. And normally I would never have bought a blue watch. I just was like, you know, I saw it on the thing and I was like, ooh, that really kind of popped to me. That looks like a watch I could wear if I ever went yachting, huh? Right? Isla stole the Chrono S Rose Gold. Now that's gone. But you're not going to find better made quality watches for this great a deal. Go to vincerowatches.com/Bert and use my promo code Bert to get 15% off. That is VINCERO watches.com/Bert to get 15% off. Use the promo code Bert. And you can see my top picks. I have a bunch. Like I said, I got the Chrono S Rose Gold and this Bellwether, I think blue and white nonstop. I think that's what it's called. But, they've got fantastic watches. You're not going to find this great a deal anywhere. So go to vincerowatches.com/Bert. Use the promo code Bert to get 15% off and treat yourself to a new watch game, huh? Thank you, Vincero. Let's start the podcast. Go anywhere.
It's hard, don't you? I mean, I feel like it's weird now with podcasts. It's like Robert Kelly. I feel like 90% of our relationship takes place on a podcast.
My entire. Are you recording yet? Yeah.
Oh, should I start?
No. We're good.
It's funny that it's like very meta to have that conversation on him.
No, my entire relationship with Segura is on podcasts. I feel like
it becomes weird. Wait, should I be talking to the mic? Is this happening?
Yeah. We're podcasting.
Oh, great. All right. Well. It becomes very strange because then when you have like an argument and stuff, you're like, can we just do this not
Can we do this publicly?
Because Bobby likes to have like...
Bobby likes to shake it up.
Yeah, on air.
I have gotten in more arguments. I've had more fights with Bobby Kelly in my life than I've had with my wife, I think.
Oh, that's for sure true with me, yeah.
He's such an interesting, like... complicated but like very simple guy.
Yes. He'll probably be hurt by that. You're gonna be in an argument with him by calling him simple.
I've gotten in fight. I bet I would argue Bobby would say I'm top 5 fights he's ever been in.
Oh really?
Oh,
I want to hear
Bobby
about
and I almost got into a fist fight.
Oh wow. That would be interesting. I don't know much about your background.
Skinny in shape, Bobby. Like
yeah, but I think Bobby's a tough kid.
Fuck yes.
But he's transitioning into an older man. So now I don't know. I mean, do you wonder about this? I've had this conversation a lot before. There's a lot of guys that their thing is they're like a tough guy. That guy was a kung fu, whatever, and he's a tough. But sometimes you're like, yeah, but now he's 60. Not that Bobby's 60.
Yeah.
But you're like, how long does that training and toughness last?
I think forever.
Really?
Yeah. There's a lot of, yeah. Well, because I look at men that are 60 and I go, I wouldn't fuck with them.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't fuck with any person because
yeah, that's me too.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Bobby was a legit tough kid growing up.
Yeah, I think so. I think he got abused and whatnot.
Bobby's not gonna like that I'm telling this story. I
don't think he's gonna like any of this.
He'll like it.
I think you called him simple, which is gonna be dude.
He's a simple guy. All he wants, really, at the end of the day, all he wants is to take care of his wife and his son. Make a fucking fort every now and then.
Yeah, and eat. He wants to eat.
He wants to eat. Yeah,
I mean, like in general, you want to.
I can't really say much to that, but
you got. I mean, in life, you have to feed yourself.
It was 2000. It was before September 11th. It's 2000. Me, Bobby, Matt Frost. You know Matt Frost?
Yeah. I mean, not well, but yeah.
Frosty and a guy named Vincent Nastri, who was a manager at Bertcast Entertainment, rented a Winnebago in Los Angeles, and we drove it all throughout the Southwest, like everywhere. I mean, for like 2 weeks. And towards the end of our trip, by the way, I didn't do anything on this trip at all.
Yeah,
like I had money at the time, so I would just throw money at anything I didn't want to deal with.
Right.
And one of the things I didn't want to do was drive. I didn't want to drive. I just wanted to drink.
Yeah.
So I never drove at all. I never drove one bit.
Okay.
So Bobby's backing up the camper, and I don't think we had put I really forget, but I think we forgot to put the awning in or something.
Okay.
But he's backing up the camper. We're at Hot Springs. We ran into Barry Katz and his wife at the time, Susanna, at these hot springs, randomly as fuck.
Okay.
Bobby's backing out, and he catches the awning on a branch, and it rips it. And he's like, by the way, it's understated how angry you get at yourself when you bump your car into something.
Of course.
Or when you scrape your door,
yes.
You're like, mother. It's underestimated how angry you get. And I am unaware of how upset Bobby is.
Yeah.
And I just go, hey, Bobby, it's no big deal. We'll just pay for it when we get there. Thinking everyone's got hundreds of thousands of dollars because I have hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Right.
And Bobby's at the time he's like, no, dude, we don't do that. We don't fucking just throw money at it, Bert. No. And loses it. I don't know what I said. I said something that sent him through the roof, and they had to keep us set. Bobby stopped speaking and was just staring at me like I'm going to kill you. And literally they separated us, and Bobby was outside, and he was like, come outside. I'm going to beat your ass. And I was like, I'm not going outside. I'm not going outside. You come in here. And he goes, no, you have a vantage point, because I was upstairs. And he was like, I'm not going up there. You can kick me. I go, well, I'm not coming down there. You give me it was so long that it took, honestly, I don't think he forgave me on that trip. I think it took like a year or two, maybe 4 years for him to fully forgive me.
Oh yeah. And it's probably still in there, I would think. If something happened, he's like, dude, this is just like when you fucking hit the whatever happened.
We had one of the funniest, my favorite Bobby Kelly story.
All right.
By the way, I have a ton.
Yeah.
Bobby, Bobby was one of the only comics, truthfully, to be my friend when I was a young comic.
Okay.
And Bobby was a young comic at the time. So everyone wanted to friend up, and Bobby was someone who just was nice and sweet.
Yeah.
So we're on this trip, and I rent a boat. I rent a boat for everyone.
Yeah.
So I go, we're gonna get a boat. We're gonna go out in Lake Mead or Lake Powell. And I said, let's get we'll get a wakeboard. We'll get a tube. We'll go tubing. Bobby's like, Dad, I've always wanted to go tubing. So I go, awesome. Hop on the tube first. I'll pull you. And he's like, okay. So I grew up in Florida. Tubing's a big deal.
Yeah.
So I put him on the tube. I start hauling fucking ass, and I cut it. And he swings outside the wake.
Right.
And he does what we call slow roller, where he starts leaning. He's like, no,
of course.
No.
Yeah.
Flips, busts. We all laugh. And he is fucking steaming. Fuck you. Let me in that boat. I'm going to kick your fucking ass. And I'm circling him in the boat. I go, I'm not letting you in the boat, Bobby.
Which is funny, when you're circling, you're just creating huge wakes.
I'm just going around him, and he goes, stop the boat. Let me in so I can beat your ass. I go, I'm not letting you in the boat, Bobby. And he goes, no, you made me bust on purpose. I go, yeah, that's tubing, Bobby. And he goes, no, it's not. I just want a nice, smooth ride. I go, listen, I'm sorry I did that. Hop on the tube, and I'll give you a nice, smooth ride. And he goes, you swear? I go, I swear. But I go, Bobby, I promise you it's going to be boring as fuck, and you're going to ask me to flip you off again. And he goes, no, I won't. I want a nice, smooth ride. So he gets on the tube, and I just pull him nice and slow, nice and steady. And he realizes very quickly, this is boring as fuck. And then you see him on the tube. He's looking at himself. And after 2 minutes, he goes, fuck it, spin me. So I spun him again. He goes, I'd never ridden tubes. He didn't know that that's how a tube ride was.
So did he forgive you for the first one then?
Yeah, he gave me that one.
Good.
And then we got to another. Yeah, but I love Bobby. I absolutely love Bobby.
That is the thing about
stand-up's
tubing.
fucking phenomenal right now.
Oh, he's ridiculous.
Bobby, it's always been great, but fucking what he's talking about right now is, I couldn't follow him.
No, he literally kills harder than anybody.
Yeah.
I don't know who could. He's one of those guys that's unfollowable, but gets mad when you put him last, because he's like, dude, why do I got to go last? I don't want to fucking go last. I want to go home. But you're like, yeah, well, that's your fault. Your fault. You have to, nobody can go after you. I can't go after you. No one's going to go after you. Yeah, he's a fucking killer. It's ridiculous.
He's the podfather of the East Coast.
Yeah. Yeah,
because he is. You know what, dude, was kind of I mean, it was where I met everyone, really.
Yeah.
I met you there.
Yeah, you hosted an episode,
Yeah.
that I was on.
I didn't know anyone in that room. It was me, you,
Lewis, maybe? Lewis Gomez?
no, it
maybe?
wasn't Lewis. I knew Lewis at the time.
Oh, was it? Was it Soda? Was he there?
I think Soder was there.
That sounds right. I remember it. That was like the old podcast.
Yeah.
On that weird wood table. Yeah. I remember that. Because I remember you being like, do you guys headline? I don't really know you guys. And I remember being like, who's this asshole? He doesn't know that I headline? What are you kidding?
I'm horrible about that. I don't know anyone.
Well, I mean, I shouldn't have been. I mean, I'm making fun of myself.
No.
You.
I know, but I really am like the most self-centered human being where I just don't think of other people. Like Ari's not like that. Like, so is Bobby, but like Ari today, are they at a baseball game?
They went to the baseball game. Yeah, they're all at the Yankee game. But Ari can be like that too. We were booking a show together, and I was like, let's get Tom Takar on, which I don't know if you know him.
I know Tom Takar.
But Ari's like, I never heard of this guy. He must suck. And I was like, don't be that guy. I fucking hate I don't know who he is, so he must suck. Because I'm like, well, now you know who he is. I'm telling you now that he's funny.
Yeah.
So you now know of a funny guy named Tom Takar. He's like, but how would I not have heard of him? And I'm like, I don't know. Who does fucking everyone call you? Sometimes you haven't heard people. People do that to me on Twitter. They're like, I've never even heard of you. And I'm like, well, I've done things. I mean, it doesn't mean I suck because you haven't heard of me. They're not like emailing people being like, hey, there's a new guy.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, yeah, a lot of people haven't been heard of. There's
A lot
plenty of people that haven't been heard of. They're
Most
good.
people haven't been heard of.
Yeah.
That's so fucking
There's
funny.
plenty of people that are good. But anyways, Ari has a little bit of that. But here's what the best part of Ari. More than anyone I know, you can be like, that's fucking, you're an idiot. That's stupid. And he'll be like, yeah, you're right. You're right. I fucked up.
He is very, the word isn't self-correcting. He's very,
accepting of being told he's a fucking retard.
He's very,
Can I say
very,
retard?
he can, yeah, you can say it.
Great.
He
Sorry.
can, my buddy said it on a special.
Which one?
It's Tom.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Didn't you
got
get in trouble?
So
for that?
much trouble.
Oh, yeah. Jeez.
But you know, Tom's the kind of guy that he was like, that wasn't the, I mean, like, I think if Tom had said it like hateful, he would have been like, yeah, I guess that was fucked up. But Tom was like, that's not the joke. You're taking the joke out of context.
Right.
And so he was like, that's not fair. You can't just change the words of my joke and then did you see Sarah Silverman today?
I saw a little
She got fired from a
thing.
movie because she was in blackface in 2007.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
I just put out a video of Dan Soder and I doing Asian impression. Maybe I should take it down.
I thought that you were a pro wrestler
Yeah, I'm a pro wrestler.
in that video.
Yeah. But still, I do like a dong, 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 dong. But I don't have a movie. As long as I don't get a movie. And we were being silly. I'm in character. It was from 5 years ago. But you can't explain that to people. If people are offended, it's not like you can be like, well, it was 5 years ago and I was pretending to be a wrestling kind. They're not like, oh, okay.
Segura told me a story on we have a podcast, Two Bears, One Cave.
Uh-huh.
And he told me a story last week that made me laugh so hard. It's the hardest I've ever laughed. One of the top 10 hardest I've ever laughed.
Okay.
He asked me if I'd ever had sex with a black chick. And I said, no. I said, have you? And he said, yeah, once. Charleston, South Carolina, at the beach. I saved her from drowning. That premise stuck so hard with me.
Well, that's just, you have to do that.
I couldn't stop laughing, but so I've been thinking of it. And I think of it to cheer me up. What I do is I like, it's because my brain, I'm a little obsessive compulsive. So if I'm constantly thinking about jokes.
Yeah.
So sometimes to get my brain off jokes, I'll play fun scenarios in my head and then let them expand out. And so that one with Tom today was, I was trying to do an impression of her voice in my head, but I was at Starbucks. Hey Tom Segura. I was trying to do impressions of her voice, and I was going, wait, is that racist?
I don't think so.
If you caricature a person of color,
no,
that's not racist.
No, I don't think so.
If you're like, what's racist when you do a voice is when you go, and then Barack Obama said, hey man, like you're like, that doesn't somebody sounds
yeah,
like.
an inaccurate voice. Yeah. I mean, there's
Do you
lots
ever
of things
worry
that are
about that
racist
shit with
to
stand
that.
up?
I worry, not with stand up, because my stand up doesn't really have that, but podcasts for sure. Yeah, I worry about it. I mean, that's all I do is worry about it. Because I've said horrible things and we say horrible things.
I've said much worse.
Really?
I'm sure.
Oh, great.
I'm sure. I think about Mark Norman said the worst.
Yeah, well, I'm on the show with them. But we do a lot of like, I mean, Bobby Kelly's podcast too, and it exists when I was drinking. So I was, and it was
Wait,
a
were
few
you
years
drinking when I
ago.
met you?
I don't know. That was right in that area, I think. We never drank together, though.
We're definitely talking about your drinking.
Sure.
The hardest, one of my favorite moments in life, Nate Bargatze and I are sitting. You know this already.
I think so.
Nate
yeah.
Bargatze and I are sitting in Tennessee. We're with Ari, and Ari's talking about you. And I said, I don't really know Joe.
Yeah.
And Nate goes, you don't know Joe? And I said, no. He goes, you ever hear that time Joe shit in that girl's shoe? I went, huh? I got so excited. I was slapping the table, and I was like, this is what my life is about. This is why I love what I do, is that you just said that, and now I know I got good stuff coming my way.
I appreciate that. That makes Nate enjoyed it the most. I mean, Nate was with me that night, and then when I told him what had happened, it's the hardest I've ever heard anybody laugh. I was on the plane like covered in shit, and it made me feel better that Nate was just like cry laughing.
And Nate is Nate's obviously a great joke writer, but he's such a great storyteller.
Yes.
When he tells a story, he does it the way an old Southern man would do it, where he takes pause where needed.
Yes.
And when you called the girls, you're like, listen, I think I might have shit in your shoe. And they're like, it's not that bad. And you stopped and you went, wow, these girls must be savages.
That was literally what I thought. I texted and I was like, I want to kill myself. I'm so sorry. And she's like, oh, you were fine. And I was like, these girls are fucking animals, man. These girls party. I
shit in her shoe. And she's like, hey, man, it happens.
I really was like, wow, like, Jesus Christ. Like, but I got saved by the fact that they were like 22 years old. Like if they were in their 40s, like I would have been sent to jail or had my dick cut off or something. But they were like 22, fresh out of college. But they did not realize, because then what happened was I flew across the country, took my phone off airplane mode.
Wait. Start it a little bit. Just so anyone who doesn't know the story, this is one of the hardest I've laughed.
Okay,
I laughed in a restaurant at Nate Bargatze telling me the story about you. I've heard you tell it on Rogan.
I told it on Rogan, yeah. So I feel bad because I don't want people tweeting at me being like, we already heard this.
No. I'm fucking make you tell this story.
All right, great. Well, it was like, I was like, first of all, I was like I was post breakup. So I was in that like sad mode where I was like, I'm never going to meet anyone. I hate myself. I'm a piece of shit. And then I kind of liked this girl that worked at Caroline's. She was like a door chick or whatever that I would chat with. And so I was trying to like, hook up with her, but I'm a fucking idiot. I don't know how to hook up or whatever. So I was like, well, I'll go drinking after the show. But I got shithoused like way too early. And I was at some bar. I was at a bar show like 2 hours before I met up with her. And you ever have that moment when you're on stage and you're like, I'm fucked up right now?
No, I don't drink a lot before I go on stage.
Oh, well,
I'm an anomaly with drinking. We're going to talk about that because I want to talk about your drinking. But remind me, Halston, when I say I'm coming to a lot of realizations about my drinking because I'm not really drinking right now.
Okay.
But I'm an anomaly with everything about drinking because I like being hungover more than I like being sober.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if it's my blood sugar or if my brain has, in a fight or flight kind of way, has been trained so much that it's time to go to work. We don't feel well. Let's flood them with serotonin. If when I'm hungover, my brain just goes, that's its natural reaction, goes, we're getting through this, buddy. We got this. I write jokes so good hungover. I drank last night and the night before that, but other than that, I haven't drank for like 15 days, 10 days,
okay,
whatever. And so I'm not really counting it, but I didn't drink the other day, and I wrote a joke so quick, like just like out of nowhere I went. And by the way, I'll tell you the joke. It's a pretty good joke. Halston, maybe we're gonna take this out. I don't know, but it's a good joke, right? Yes. Out of nowhere I wrote that. Yeah. Out of fucking nowhere, I went, that's odd. Hungover brain. Keep going. You guys are drinking.
Okay. I have thoughts on that also, but I guess we can swing back around.
Yeah, we'll swing back. Because I want to talk about your quitting.
Okay,
drinking.
Great, yeah. But anyway, so I was like fucked up.
Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry. It's my daughter, and I'm only afraid that something's going on.
No,
what's up, baby?
So we are meeting Sandy at Staples to buy school supplies. At Target to buy school supplies.
Great. Okay.
We just got out of the orthodontist. It was a long one. They had to do x-rays on Isla.
Okay. Listen, I'm in the middle of a podcast.
I'm sorry.
I saw Georgia's phone and I just answered it thinking she's on a fucking bus somewhere.
Maybe. You're not funny.
I love you. Bye. My daughter just got on a fucking bus and we fucking had a big fallout about my daughter taking the bus by her, like just getting on with some friends and going to Pasadena.
Oh, jeez.
I was like, nah, this stuff fucking doesn't happen. Anyway, I apologize. Keep going.
No, that's all right. I enjoyed it. So anyways, I was like fucked up. And then I went to Caroline's to meet up with Nate and this girl and her friend. And I was already shithoused. Then we started drinking at Caroline's. Then we went to Barcelona Bar. Do you know Barcelona Bar? It's a great bar. It's in New York. It's on 8th Avenue. It's a shot bar where they it's the whole specialty shots and they do all these themed shots. Like they do like a Full Metal Jacket and they give you like a helmet, and he starts being like, "Get down and give me 20, you piece of shit, fucking fat, whatever."
Yeah.
And they do like that kind of stuff. There's a Harry Potter where they shoot fire. It's a whole thing. So we went there and just started doing all these shots and stuff. And I was like I was hammered, like close to blackout. The next day I was flying to Seattle to do the Seattle comedy competition, which is a month long. I had a month-long cross-country trip the next morning. But, I liked this girl, whatever. So I just kept, once you get going, you can't stop. Like I didn't have the thing of like, let me go to bed.
Yeah.
So then my friend Jason Canner, he's a bartender was a bartender.
Canner.
Yeah, you know Canner. He's been on your show. Yeah. So he used to bartend at the 13th Step, ironically. And, so they're like, let's go down there. There's some people down there. So we go down to that bar, and I don't remember the cab ride. I just remember going there being like, I'll have one, and I don't go whatever. So the next thing I remember, I played a little beer pong. Louis Katz was there, Nate Bargatze. And then I was like at the bar with this girl. And I guess I kept saying, "You hate me." I was like, "You fucking hate me." That's like that was my go-to. And then she would go to the bathroom, and Candace was like, "Dude, this girl likes you. That's why she's talking to you." And then she came back, and I was like, "You fucking love me." I just switched it to "You love me." And then I was like, I gotta go though. I was like, "You got my number. I gotta go." So then I just left. And then I don't remember any of this. This has all been told back to me. I just showed back up like 45 minutes later. And then Canner's like, "I thought you left." And I guess I just said, "I did." And then I just walked back and started playing more beer pong. So that 45 minutes is just lost. I have no idea where I was. I was just in the East Village somewhere. I don't know. I don't know what happened. But then I took a cab back to Queens with these two girls. And then I remember throwing up outside of a bodega and then going in to buy more beer. Like that's like in and out.
Did they see you throw up?
I don't know. I was just throwing up on the wall. And then I got like a 6-pack of Heineken. And then I remember sitting on the couch with like a beer post throw up. Then I wake up, I'm in someone's bed, and I just remember I had to piss so bad. I was like, I'm going to piss my pants. I've never had, I had to piss so bad. I found the bathroom. I pissed for like 3 minutes, and I had that feeling of like, I don't know where I am, and I don't know what happened. I couldn't find my glasses or my pants. So I piss. I'm like, thank God I didn't piss the bed. That could have been really bad. So then I walk out. I look in the living room, and they had a living room table that was just like shattered, like someone had fire-laid the table. And you know that feeling when you're drunk, you're like, that was me.
Yep.
I know that was me. And then it started to be weird because no one was there, and I just had that air of like something's off. And then I started walking to the kitchen, and I saw footprints of feces, just like shit strewn everywhere, and it kind of followed back into her bedroom, and there was a big puddle of piss and a sneaker, like a high top sneaker with like a spiky shit sticking out of it. Like I shit in her sneaker, and then a lot of it went elsewhere. And then I like picked up my foot, and my sock was just covered in shit. And I had just walked around with shit everywhere. And then I look at the clock, and I'm like, my flight is leaving in like 45 minutes from like JFK. It's a cross-country flight. And this is in Astoria. So it's like a 40-minute ride. So I called my best friend in Seattle who was going to pick me up at the airport. I was like, I don't think I'm going to make my flight. I just shit in a girl's shoe. And I hadn't packed, by the way. I had no clothes or anything. So then I started trying to like scrape up I was like, let me clean up the shit. That would be the nice thing to do.
I'm trying not to throw up right now.
It's fucking gross. I mean, dude, it was like a wet shit just sticking out of a sneaker. But the fact that's amazing is I got it in the sneaker mostly.
Yeah, that's really impressive.
Yeah, I think I thought it was the toilet. That's what I think.
I'm sure.
So anyways, there was shit everywhere. So then I started like trying to wipe it, but it was like really on there. It was like caked in. It had dried a little bit, So I was trying to get it, and I picked up a few of the big clumps with my sock and then kind of flipped it inside out, and then threw it in there like kitchen trash. So it's like barely cleaned up. It's still in the kitchen. And then I was like, I just got to go. I got to get out of here. So I cleaned up as much as I could, the big pieces, but there was definitely shit still caked on the kitchen floor and shit. And so then I hopped in a cab. I ran home, grabbed whatever clothes I had, just stuffed it in the suitcase.
Were you close to them?
I lived like a few blocks from them. Yeah.
Okay.
Luckily we're neighbors, so that's good. And then I jumped in the cab. That's when I texted them. I was like, I'm going to kill myself. I'm really sorry. And they were like, don't worry about it. It's no big deal. And I was like, holy fuck. Oh, okay, great. So that part was like kind of nice. Then I missed my flight. They put me on a flight to Boston. I had to fly to Boston to get to Seattle. Then on the layover is when I realized, I called Nate. I was telling him the story in Boston. I was like, I'm in Boston right now. I missed my flight. I'm covered in shit. I didn't realize I was covered in shit. I just thought I shit everywhere. And then I was on the plane, and I literally crossed my leg like this and just saw there was shit all the way up my pant leg. and it was on my actual like ankle. And I just slowly put my leg back down and kind of opened the vent and just was like, all right. And luckily it's Boston to Seattle, so it's like a 3,000 mile flight.
Yeah.
Then I landed, and because of the delay, like I was like showtime. Like I got picked up at the airport and went straight to the first night of the contest. Did the show, hadn't showered, did the show with shit on my leg. Came in first place that night, which was pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah, that was pretty exciting. And then I came off, I went back to my friend's house, showered, and I had to like literally pull shit out of my leg hair. And I just sat in the shower for like half hour, started crying. And I just was
crying?
Yeah, oh dude, I was crying. I was covered in shit. I was like, I am a piece of shit. I have pieces of shit.
Literally.
I was trying to like cram little pieces of shit down the shower drain.
Oh my God.
I mean, it was horrible. I felt so bad. And then when I so that's when I landed, I took my phone off of airplane mode. And that's when I got the text being like, holy shit, we had no idea how bad this was. And it was like, you owe Beth a new pair of Nikes. So then I ended up writing her like this long Facebook message, which I still have somewhere. I mean, it's on my Facebook Messenger. And then she was like, it's cool. Like, I hope you never get that drunk again, yada, yada. And I sent them a birthday card with $300 in cash in it with like another apology.
So wait, when did you shit in their shoe? Do you remember?
Well, here's the thing that's crazy. So they didn't know about it. So it must have been after they had left. Like they went to work, they have jobs. So like, this is the craziest part of the whole thing to me. It wasn't like 4 a.m. I shit in the girl's shoe at like 10:30 a.m. or whatever the fuck. It was like daytime. Like people were at work and I was just like, ugh. I don't exactly know. Like I blacked out. It was probably like 3 or 4 when we were hanging. But like I said, like they weren't aware of what had happened. So they must have already have left. So maybe between like 8 and 10 a.m. I took a big shit.
And so then did you quit drinking then?
No, I drank that night. Like that night I remember thinking, I mean, this is like alcoholic. This is like I like that night I remember like, well, I'm not going to stop drinking. So I might as well, I drank that night. I was like, I'll have a couple beers tonight with shit still on my leg from the previous night.
At the show.
Yes. And I kept drinking for another like couple years after that, 2 full years after that.
What was your like you I mean I've never shit in it, but I've definitely pissed on someone's table.
Well, that was the thing for me. Like all my friends were fuck ups too. We're all drunk comedian idiots. So I called a good buddy of mine who I think doesn't want to start there, but I told him and he was like, oh, I've done that like 6 times, dude. And I remember like, all right, okay. And then Nate was laughing so hard. Nobody was like, hey, Dan, this is fucked. Like you're a fucking psychopath. Like you got to stop drinking. Nobody was there to like help me. But I wasn't calling sober people. In those moments, you don't call people that are like sober because they're going to be like a bummer about it.
Yeah.
You call other drunks that are like hilarious. I love it.
Yeah, and part of you has to go, I'm a comedian. This is what I do.
Yeah, exactly. But I had never pissed my pants because I know a lot of guys that just piss their pants all the time, which is crazy.
I've never pissed my pants. Right after I graduated college, I got really fucking wasted at an ex-girlfriend or at a girlfriend's house, her parents' house, ate a joint, got stuck in their cupboard, got put in bed and got woke up in the middle of the night by her dad as I was pissing on their dining room table. Oh, yeah, and then when he woke me up, apparently David blamed the tablecloth, just ripped it out, and then laid in my own urine and covered myself and went back to sleep on the table. He then put me in my bed, woke her up, had her come out, and she's like, no, it's water. He spilled water. I'm sure he had spilled water. And his dad's like, I don't see the cup. And then she woke me up the next morning and was like, you pissed on our dining room table. And I was like, that doesn't happen. I never did that. And then all of a sudden I was like, wait, does your dad wear tidy whities? And she's like, he does. I go, oh yeah, I definitely pissed on your dining room table. I remember your dad waking me up. Yep.
Yeah, that's always weird. I mean, I've done a lot of shit like that. I slept in someone else's piss one time. My friend, Tom, do you know Tom Dustin at all?
I do.
He's a wonderful comedian. You'd love him. Great guy. He's got a great room in Key West. You should come do it. That's neither here nor there. But he had one time he was similarly, like someone took the couch cushions off. It was like a big party to like unfold the bed. Like it's like a couch bed. And they just leaned the couch cushions against the wall. He thought it was like a urinal or whatever. So he just pissed on it like it was a urinal. I didn't know that. And then later I was drunk and saw all the couch cushions like leaning against the wall. And I was like, this is a perfect bed. Yeah. Why is no one using this as a bed? So I laid it down and just slept. And I woke up and my entire side was just soaked. And then someone was like, oh, Tom had pissed on that. So I slept in someone's piss for like 6.5 hours, which to me is grosser than shitting in someone's shoe.
Oh yeah, hardcore. When was the first time you got drunk?
Probably when I was late. Probably like almost 19. It was in Montreal. I didn't drink all through high school.
Really?
And then my friends we went to Montreal to see Pearl Jam in like October of 2000. So I must have been 18 and a half or so. And that was like the first time I drank.
Do you feel like you had a drinking problem since the first time you drank, or do you feel like it just escalated towards the end?
I definitely had. I remember drinking and being like, this is the best I've ever felt. I feel all of a sudden like feeling like, whoa, it's all clear to me.
Yeah.
This is the way to be. Like I need to be like, I felt,
Superhuman.
yeah, I felt good for the because I felt always like unwelcomed and awkward and uncomfortable. And then I had a couple of drinks and I was like, oh, I know how to get to that fucking place.
Oh,
So I definitely felt that.
Can I tell you the first time I got drunk? The very first time I got drunk, we were at Alan Rieger's house. I'd had alcohol before, but I'd always faked it.
Yeah.
Like if I'd fake being drunk.
Yes.
And I liked faking being drunk.
Yeah.
Like I faked being drunk probably 4 or 5 times before I got drunk. Like we'd have a sip of beer and I'd be like, oh, whoa, dude.
Right.
Is that hitting you?
Right.
And then the first time I got drunk, I didn't mean to get drunk. I was going to fake it again.
Yeah.
But then it happened.
Yeah.
And we were drinking Natty Lights in the vacant lot behind Alan Rieger's house, right? We then come around to the front. We're hanging out with Allison Williams.
Allison Williams, the actor?
No.
Oh, it's like,
Prettier, in my opinion, the one I was with.
oh,
Yeah.
really?
I dated her like for freshman year of high school. We didn't, I mean, not serious or anything.
You dated
She's
someone
still-
prettier than Allison Williams?
She's still beautiful, yeah.
Wow.
I dated a lot of people prettier than Allison Williams.
I don't believe that, but keep going.
So, I'll show you. Don't look at my wife, but yeah, I'll show you. so we were sitting in the front, and I am buzzed, right?
Yeah.
And I'm feeling loose, and I'm like murdering. I am so funny at this moment,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I think I'm drunk. This is awesome. And Miss Rieger yells at us. She goes, boys, get inside right now. Brings us into their kitchen. Sits us in the kitchen, me, Cayman, and Alan, and then dumps a trash bag of the beers that we've been drinking on the table and says, I found this in the back lot. Is this yours? My brain said at that moment, I know we're in trouble, but I don't care, and I feel super sparkly.
Yeah.
And I went, I don't really give a fuck. I was like, whoa, what is this magic sauce I've been drinking?
Yeah. That's
Like-
the feeling of like, I don't really give a fuck about it. I mean, that's why I would drink all the time. Because you'd be like, I got to do this. I haven't done that. And then you have a few cocktails and you're like, who gives a fuck about that?
Yeah, I think that's part of my drinking at airports is I hate flying.
Yeah.
So I reward myself when I get there and I go, you know what, we're gonna have a cocktail. And then I go, it's not that bad. I got the day off. I'm partying on a plane.
Right.
And I think that is a lot of why I drink at airports. But I've had to fucking curb that because it's just unhealthy.
Yeah. It's really, it's not good.
Alcohol is really unhealthy for you.
Yeah. Well, I feel weird because I'm like, I don't want to be here being like, yes, it is, Bert. I'm here to,
No, I
I'm
don't
here to
give
help
a
you.
fuck. No.
But no, yeah, it's bad. Well, it's a depressant, first of all. And then it's bad for, of course, your liver and all your organs, all that shit.
Did
I mean, drinking heavily. I know one drink and whatever, moderation, blah, blah, blah.
well, and I know I'm not a moderation guy.
Yeah, neither. I don't have
I've
that
never been
thing.
a moderation guy. I don't understand how people do that.
No, I talk about that all the time. Like, I still don't, like in the summer, I was on the beach yesterday. I don't go like, oh man, I would love to have one beer. I'm like, oh, wouldn't it be fun to drink 75 beers?
I'm not a guy that's like, I take that back. I can't, I mean, root beer, I drink a case of them. I
Yeah.
love root beer.
Yeah.
I'll drink a case of fucking root beer.
Also not good for you.
Diet Cokes, I'll drink a case of them.
Yeah.
LaCroix, I'll drink I have never sipped on a LaCroix. I murder it, one sip.
Yeah.
I murder the whole thing, one sip. I remember in college getting up.
I don't know if you call that a sip, by the way. I think that's a gulp.
It's a gulp.
Yeah.
I remember in college, I had a refrigerator in my room, and I would stack it with orange soda, with orange and grape soda, Welch's.
Okay.
And I'd wake up in the middle of the night and just murder a fucking orange soda.
In the middle of the night?
One sip. Just get up, over, put it down.
That's problematic.
Coffee? I hate the taste.
Yeah.
I do it for the buzz.
Oh, see, I don't drink. I hate the taste of coffee. Also,
What are you
so I don't
drinking
I'm
right
drinking
now?
tea. This is green tea.
You like
I'm a
tea?
big.
Is that why Ari's drinking tea? Because of you?
Probably, yeah. He took it all from me. No, I'm a big tea guy. I had coffee. I went to Peru and I had a cup of coffee in like the mountains of Peru where they're brewing it outside your hotel room. And I was like, this is the worst thing I've ever had in my life. So I don't know how I would come and like enjoy Dunkin' Donuts.
Really?
I had like people fly in from all over the world to taste this coffee. And I'm like, this is garbage.
So when was the last time you drank?
Alcohol?
Yeah.
Oh, December 28th, 2012. At
You were
Helium.
sober for New Year's?
I got sober. People think it's a weird time to get sober, but it's actually a great time because everyone, like New Year's Eve is a great time to be sober for a couple of days because you're like, thank God I'm not like this, especially in Philly. I mean, it was like fucking,
Wait, you grew up in
it
Philly?
was like a zombie movie. No, I happen to be working there.
yeah.
I'm a Boston guy.
That's what I thought.
But I was at Helium in Philly with Gary Gulman. And he gave me like the alcoholic test. One of these, you might be an alcoholic. If you get, it's like 30 questions. And it's like, if you answered more than 5, you're probably an alcoholic. And I did like 28. And like one of them was like an asterisk. It was like, have you been hospitalized for drinking? And I'm like, no. But I'm like, I have been like bleeding a bunch. Like I should have gone to the hospital. But it was one of those things. And I was like, all right, I should get sober, yada, yada. But yeah, that was the last time I drank.
So you just got sober because you took a test from Gary Goldman?
That was, I mean, I knew I had, and like I got herpes. I shit in a girl's shoe. I hated myself. I had no money. I was featuring after 15 years. So yeah, I mean, I was a big fuck up for sure. Like I literally hated myself and was fat, and I had
You were fat?
Not fat, but doughy. Not fat, like,
I know.
fat people. Not one of these fucking animals, but doughy, mushy.
So it wasn't like a rock bottom. You're just like, I'm done.
Well, I already had, I felt like I hit bottom and then just kind of hung out down there for a while.
Yeah.
But I knew I had to quit for years. Like I had tried quitting a few other times. I'd gone like 6 days, 10 days. One time, and this is a story I've told before also, but I was like going to AA and I had like 6 days sober and I left a meeting. My friend was like, I'm at Coyote Ugly in the East Village. You know that bar where they dance on the thing? And I was like, I'll come meet you, which is, I don't recommend anyone getting sober. I was like, I got 6 days. I got a hold on it. I'll go to fucking Coyote Ugly. And this is a true story. I ordered a Coke and they cut the music. The girl was like in her bra and she goes, we got a faggot in the house. This is like 2009. We could just get on a microphone in the East Village.
We got a faggot in the
It was
house.
crazy. I mean, she said fat. It was East Village. I was like, this is crazy. And everyone went like, ah. And I was like, give me a shot. And then I got like a shot of Jaeger and I just drank every day for another like 3 years. So that woman, she fucked me. I shouldn't have been there, but
We got a faggot in the house.
it was crazy. And yeah, that got me right back. But it's like, such an insane place to go when you're 6 days
Yeah.
sober. I mean, I wouldn't go there now.
I did. I quit drinking for real one time. Like I was like, I think I'm done.
Yeah.
And it was, I was 29,
Okay.
I think. And I turned 30, wasn't drinking. It was probably, I think it was like 8 months. And not really working a ton,
Yeah.
but like I had money from TV. And I went to Italy with my wife. And I have a really bad flight anxiety. I've always had a big fear of flying. And on the ride there, on the flight there was really bad turbulence. I tried everything. We played cards. I talked to her. And when we got there, she had a bruise on her leg where I had been holding her leg through the turbulence.
Wow.
She had a bruise from me squeezing her leg.
Jesus.
And she was like, looked at me like, you really got to get a hold of this. It's going to eat you alive. And I was like, no, I thought I did good. And she was like, no, you were like, because I cried at one point. Sometimes like,
Jesus.
I know this is really bad.
Yeah.
I used to cry on
Humiliating.
planes because I was like, I'm dying. This plane's going down. I'm dying. It was
Yeah.
really fucking bad. So we were in Italy. It's probably a day, 2 days after New Year's. It's snowing. We're in Venice. It's snowing. We go to dinner, and she orders a glass of wine, and I just am like, and by the way, I didn't have a problem quitting drinking at all. I didn't want it. I didn't care for it. I didn't give a fuck. It was like I stopped and I just stopped, and then I'm sitting at this restaurant and I go, I want a glass of wine. She was like, what? And I said, I don't want to come to Italy with you and not in a beautiful restaurant. It just started snowing. We're in fucking Venice. I want a glass of wine. And she was like, have a glass of wine. I don't think you have a drinking problem. I was like, really? She's like, I don't think you have a drinking problem. I think you drink too much, but I don't think you have a drinking problem. And I went, I didn't have a glass of wine? She's like, yeah. Had a glass of wine. We went out, made out in the fucking St. Mark's Square when it snowed. No one was there. No one was there. Fresh snow were only footprints. One of the most greatest nights of my life.
That sounds amazing.
And I'm so happy I drank that night. I look back and I go, thank God I lived the life I wanted to live instead of just signing up for some rules for me that it didn't work. And so I think I definitely think I probably could do without booze. But my problem is, like I said, I love being hungover.
What is it you love about being hungover? That's so fascinating.
I don't know. I see things differently. See things a tad bit skewed. But
do you think you couldn't get there in sobriety?
I've been sober a lot this month or this past 3 weeks or whatever. The majority of them, I think I've drank like 3 days.
Okay.
But it's events. Friends are coming over. We went golfing one day. I had an eagle, and so I drank at the bar.
An eagle?
Playing golf.
Okay.
Yeah, I hit an
I
eagle.
thought you just had a fucking eagle landed here, and you're like, I'll have a beer with this eagle that just came in. If a hawk or an eagle comes, I have a couple cocktails.
So, and I've been saying to myself, sober, waking up sober, well, I feel good. I definitely feel good. But I haven't been writing jokes, and I've just been like, so I guess I'll get coffee. I'm going to go work out. I'm going to get some shit done. I'm going to read at night. I've been reading books.
Yeah.
But like the real razzle dazzle, like the fucking spark is for me is hungover, 8 a.m. Saturday morning, cup of coffee. Yesterday, I laughed so fucking hard for the whole morning. Hungover as fuck.
That's so interesting. I mean, that really is an anomaly. I've never heard anybody be like, I miss hangovers or I like hangovers. I want hangovers.
Always loved them.
That's so fascinating to me. I have had laughing with like other people that when you're all hungover and you feel so shitty that you're sharing that experience. Like some of the hardest I've ever laughed in my life is when everyone's strewn about, sleeping on a couch and a chair. Then you start chatting like that.
I know you guys all do camping trips.
Yeah.
I want to do a straight up go to a camp with a bunch of comedians.
Yeah.
Just for the whole thing will be paid by us podcasting in the morning by miking the entire room, lights out, 8 a.m. and someone goes, is everyone awake? Someone rips a fart and then everyone talks until like fucking 10 a.m.
That's a great idea. I mean, those are the best conversations I've had in my life.
Best conversations
laying there,
ever.
Looking at the ceiling. Yeah. Hardest, because you're also putting together the pieces of last night and stuff. That's good stuff. Speaking of pissing ourselves and stuff, one time my friend had a Halloween party, a comic, Mike Whitman, and we were all there and everyone was, it was like 12 of us waking up. And there was this one comic, it's embarrassing for him, so I won't tell who, but he woke up and he had pissed his pants, but he didn't realize. He's like, real funny, guys. You wrecked my phone. My phone's broke. And we were all like, what? And he's like, you poured water on my lap. My phone's fucking broken. Someone owes me a phone. And we're all just like howling, laughing. We're like, no one did that, dude.
Yeah.
We're not like, I'm like,
wait, do I know this comic?
No, I don't think so. No, he's a Boston guy and he's sober now too. But we were like, no, man, like, I think you might have pissed your pants. And he's like, fuck you guys. There's no way. You fucking broke my phone. And I had to be like, dude, we don't even think that's funny. Like, we're not those kind of guy. Like, I'm not a dump water on a guy kind of guy. You pissed your pants. And like slowly, and like he realized, and you look, and it's just like a perfect rim where you're like, we could not have poured water that perfectly. And you're like, I think you might have pissed on your phone.
Oh my God.
It was like, but we were fucking howling, laughing.
I love those mornings.
Especially
if someone lights a joint and passes a joint around.
Yeah.
And you're just fucking laying there staring at the sky, laughing fucking hysterically.
Yeah. I was always a morning drinker. I would just drink in the morning too because you're hungover. You're like, got another beer. And we'd just be sitting
For
there.
real?
Yeah.
Oh, I can drink in the mornings, but I can't. Like I have weird rules.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have weird rules.
It's a good way to get a big laugh, by the way, when everyone's laying there hungover and you leave and come back with a cold beer. It's pretty fun.
I want to do that. Do you think you could go and drink for a weekend and come back and stop again?
I mean, I could. I wouldn't want. To me, it would be so heartbreaking to me to like start counting days again. Like you had to have so much.
You count your days?
I mean, I did. I mean, now I don't. Now I count years. But I like the idea of not. I mean, I don't know what would happen in that weekend because I wouldn't. I mean, I would be probably calling my dad and being like, "You hate me, what the fuck," or whatever. I mean, I don't know what would happen. I would fall down because they say like with quitting drinking, you pick up where you would have been if you had kept drinking. It's not like you go where you were. When I was already a mess then.
What do you mean pick up? What do you mean?
Like if I started drinking, I would drink the way I would drink if I had continued to drink this whole time. Like you meet yourself where you would have been.
Really?
That's what I've heard people say before.
Do you go to AA meetings?
I do.
For real?
Yeah.
What are those like?
I don't want to talk too much about it because people take this shit very seriously.
Oh, never
like,
mind.
I don't mind talking about it, but like, it's like tradition to not talk about it on
Podcasts?
on podcasts and radio. Podcast isn't in the actual
But you're
book
not supposed
because
to.
there's
You're
no
not supposed
podcast.
to talk. It's the anonymous
Yeah, you're not supposed
part.
to get. I guess because what happens is if you talk about it and then you kind of start drinking again, people are like, you can point to it. See, this guy, he said he was in AA and it doesn't work. So I think you're supposed to keep it.
Oh.
I think there's old school people that are like, even saying you're in AA, people get fucking serious about.
Really?
I like to say because people that are sober want to get sober, they might be like, oh, this guy does it. To me,
Dude,
it's like
if you want to get
it's attractive.
sober and you're listening to this, get sober.
Yeah, get sober and go to AA. It's great. But yeah, I try not to talk about it too much because I've got people that are like mad. People take it serious.
Really?
I mean, I take it serious, but I don't give a shit about that part of it. But there's other people like Marin will talk about. People will talk about it a bit. But I go and I love it. It's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun.
What was it like getting herpes?
It was a bummer, man.
Really?
It was a bummer. Not to
No.
borrow from the dude.
I thought I got genital warts once, and it put me
I've had that too.
in a spiral I've never been in my life. It was the worst I've ever been. I had to go to like, people go, I'm a hypochondriac. I'm definitely a hypochondriac. I don't think people understand how real hypochondriacs think
I have
things
that.
are.
Yes, I have this. I'm the same way. It's a problem.
Everyone throws that around the way they throw around the word pervert. Like,
Yes.
it's so loosely thrown around that there's no real qualification.
Yes.
But like, I'm legit. I had a one night stand and I woke up the next morning believing I had gotten the guy I worked with was a gay guy and he'd gotten something.
Yeah.
We worked at Barnes and Noble. It was before computers were as big as they are. And we went and took out the medical journal and started looking up venereal diseases. And then that afternoon, not knowing anything about how genital warts work, I believed I got it within 24 hours that they had just shown up. And I was like, this is going to sound so fucking stupid, but I was looking at my circumcision scar, the discoloration of my dick, which is the circumcision scar, going, I've got genital warts.
Right.
And I went into a spiral so fucking bad.
Yeah.
I ended up every night soaking my dick and balls in white vinegar, watching Quantum Leap, drinking a 40 and smoking a joint.
That sounds nice.
Every fucking night. It was bad, dude. I went to a doctor. Doctor said, you don't have genital warts. And I went, agree to disagree. And he was like,
But warts you can see. Like warts are like,
yeah,
they're warts.
I was putting Tinactin all over my dick. I was doing so much shit to my dick.
Tough actin, Tinactin?
Tough having
Okay.
Tinactin.
Just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure.
And I had put myself into a place where I just made it. My doctor was like, are you touching your dick? I said, a lot. He's like, how much? I said, I'm all day. I mean, that's all I can think about. I go into the bathroom and look at it. I come out of the bathroom and look at it. To the point where when I met my wife, I said, I think I think I have genital warts. And she was like, I don't see anything. And I was like, no, I know they're dormant, but like I had them at one point and then they went away. She was like, that's not how that works.
No.
And I was like, okay. And then I went to a doctor again. And the doctor's like, you have nothing. And then we did a blood test. And he's like, you still have nothing. But when the blood test came back, I was like, okay, I'm not positive for the HPV virus or whatever the thing. So we had to do it because we were having a baby. You take all the blood.
Right.
But yeah, but I feel like I know what it's like to get herpes because I feel like I was there.
Yeah. No, it's a bummer. I got it like Christmas Eve. It was like Christmas Eve. It was the 23rd of December.
That sucks.
The same year I shit in the girl's shoe. It was all like a few months apart. That was actually like a month later because the shitting in the shoe was Election Day 2010, and then this was like Christmas Eve. So it was like less than 2 months later.
Did you? How long did you get it? Did you know you got it and then it showed up?
Well, here's the thing. So there's two different girls that I could have gotten it from. One girl I had sex with that summer. She told me she had it. And she was like, but she told me we were like already hooked up. First of all, I had a big thing for this chick and I was super attracted to her. And we're still kind of buddies.
Does she have it?
She has it. So we were about to like hook up and she was like naked. I was like hard. We were making out and she's like, time out. I got to tell you, I have herpes. But like at this point, it's not like she said it at the dinner table. Like I was, that moment you're like, I'm in fuck mode. Like I'm getting laid. This is a lay. So she could have been like, I have razor blades covered in AIDS in my vagina right now. I'm like, that's whatever. We'll deal with it. Yeah. I'm into that. So I was like, oh, whatever. I don't care. So I had sex with her. So then I was like, maybe I got it from her. But then nothing happened for like 5 months. Then I was having sex with this different woman around Christmas, and I had my first breakout like 2 days after having sex with her. So I had one girl who for sure had herpes, told me I had herpes. So it may have been dormant for 6 months, and then like the friction of having sex with this other girl, or it could have been that Christmas girl. But it was like slowly, I was like all itchy, just sore, and I was like, something's up. It sucks. And I was looking, and it was like kind of pinkish, reddish. And I hoped the girl I had sex with, she had like a shaved pussy. So I was like, maybe it's like friction from the pussy.
Yeah.
But I knew, I'm like, my dick isn't rubbing against her. But that would be on my like stomach. It wouldn't be on my dick. I wasn't like I was rubbing my dick on her like stubble. But I was like, maybe. And then I like showed a couple really good friends, and they were like, I don't know, maybe. And then it was because they were like blisters, and then they like burst. And that's when I was like, I for sure have fucking herpes. And it was a nightmare. And at the time I was drinking, I wasn't sleeping. So it was like my immune system was like shot.
Yeah.
So I had my first outbreak for like a month, and they would heal over and then scab and fall off and be like open again. And I just my body couldn't handle it. And it was all over my dick. It felt like someone put cigarettes out of my dick.
Really?
And I had to I'd go out and do shows and immediately run home and like put on sweatpants. I had to take my underwear off.
Oh, because it hurt.
Because like it would be like hot in there. You have to like have like fucking silk or cotton shorts that are like loose. Because otherwise it's like rubbing in there. It's sweaty. You want to keep it as dry as possible.
Really?
We're probably losing a lot of the listeners right now.
No. Can I tell you? When I heard you on Ari's podcast a long time ago talk about having herpes, there is. I know this is going to sound so fucking stupid what I'm about to say. There's so much bravery in saying that because there's so many people that are dealing with it all by themselves that don't have someone to hear say they have it too and they're living a great life. Because when you get it, I'm imagining you probably go, well, my life's over.
No, that was another time where I was like, oh my God, I should kill myself. I'm a piece of shit. But I was pretty like, I'm good at like, I'm unlike you. I'm a hypochondriac. I have horrific anxiety and panic. But once I know something, once I have the diagnosis, I'm like, okay, there's nothing I can do about that. Like, I feel like I would be better off if they were like, you have cancer. I would handle that better than me being like, I have a pain in my side. I think I have, like, I obsess. Whereas somebody telling you, you're like, okay, let me deal with it from there. I'll be okay now.
Yeah.
It's the anticipation. So, and herpes is a thing, and I'm like, I can't get rid of it. Like, you just like accept that thing of like, there's nothing I can do about it. So I might as well start accepting it.
I used to have it's not a joke, but I used to say on stage, I'd almost welcome herpes now.
Yeah.
Just because I know that then my wife and I would definitely not cheat on each other.
I can give it to you if you want. We can do it. You got to kill the cameras. Keep the audio, lose the visual. I'll fuck you right in the dick. I don't know how I would give it to you. I'd have to have an outbreak.
Did you go to a doctor?
First I eventually went to the doctor after a couple of weeks, but like it was one of those things where you're like, this is for sure what I had. Like I was reading about it and being like, oh yeah, like some things you can diagnose in the internet. You're like, that's 100% what I have. And then I went to like the free clinic in Chelsea in Manhattan, and this is pretty hilarious. I'm waiting there, and I was like, I'm pretty sure I have this thing, but I'll get meds or whatever. And they're just playing the AIDS video on a loop over and over again. You're just like, which by the way, I try to do a joke with this, but it's like too much. They did like a 10-minute video about how AIDS is ravaging the gay community, and then they did one about the black community, and then they did one about the drug community, and then it just looped back around to the gays, and I was like, I guess I don't have AIDS. Like, I'm like, I mean, I guess like literally they're like drugs, gays, and black, I guess. There's no mention of white people having AIDS in the video. So like I was kind of like, all right, I guess I don't have to get checked for that.
Do you know I had someone from the Center of Disease Control come to my show in Atlanta. And I used to have a joke about AIDS, and they go, hey, you know what we call a straight guy with AIDS? I go, what? And they go, a liar. I go, what? They're like, no, straight white guys can't get AIDS. And I was like, what do you mean? And they're like, just name one. And I was like, Tommy Gunn. They're like, liar. Name another. I was like, I don't know.
Someone, Matt Ruby, I think is a comic. He has a story about going to the STD clinic. And he's like, and I want to get tested for AIDS. And they were like, are you straight? And he's like, yeah. And like, do you do drugs? He's like, no. He's like, you don't need to be tested.
Yeah.
It's pretty unbelievable.
I remember when I thought I got genital warts, I was like, I probably have AIDS too. And I went to the doctor, and I said, when I went to the doctor, I said that I take a look, and they looked, and they're like, you have nothing. The guy goes, are you playing with your dick a lot? And I go, I'm soaking in white vinegar every night. Is that bad? And he was like, oh yeah, stop doing that. Why would you do that? And I was like, someone said that's what you do to cure genital warts. He goes, you can't cure warts. You either have the virus or you don't.
Right.
He's like, oh my God. He was like, stop putting your dick. I said, well, I want to get an AIDS test. And he was like, wait, how many people are you having sex with? I said, just one. And he was like, what? Was she bleeding? And I said, no. And he goes, did you see blood everywhere? I said, no. And he goes, you don't have AIDS. I was like, wait, you mean? He goes, I remember him saying exact words, you should notice copious amounts of blood to worry about AIDS. And I went, okay.
But wait, can you get AIDS from having sex with a girl in her period? Is that what he's saying?
I have no idea. But I was like, I guess I won't get an AIDS test. I got one anyway.
Did you pass it?
No.
You have AIDS?
No, I have AIDS.
Oh, damn. That's all right. You're doing well.
I'd rather have AIDS than cancer.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Fuck yeah.
Well, it depends on the cancer, I guess. But yeah,
I guess,
AIDS, I think you can like kind of treat now. It's not like a big deal. Not as big of a deal. Or maybe that's HIV.
Yeah. You would rather have HIV. Right now, someone's listening with AIDS going, this is not fun at all.
I hate these guys.
So wait, so you go to the free clinic.
So I went to the free clinic and I'm waiting. And then the lady was like, it's the free clinic. So you get what you pay for, I guess. And the lady was like some kind of Russian or Eastern European. And she was like, had like a dental scraper, like that little metal thing. She was like trying to get like a swab of like a sore. And I was like, I was like, oh my God. Ah! And she was like, you baby, you're a baby. You're being a baby. And I was like, well, I have an open wound in my dick. She's like, you're acting like a baby. She was calling me a baby. And I was like, I have a raw open wound in my dick. Fuck you. Yeah. You're a cunt. How about that? And she ended up testing it or whatever. But like, I don't even remember getting like a test result or whatever. She was just like, yeah, like you have it. Like she could look at it. And then she gave me a bunch of Valtrex, which is like an amazing drug. So fast forward, like if you take Valtrex daily to like suppress it, it's like having nothing.
Really?
Like I don't take Valtrex regularly. I just have it if I start to feel it. The earliest sign of an outbreak, you take Valtrex twice a day. It's just like, it's nothing. It'll go away in like a day or two.
Really? So what how do you know if you're going to have an outbreak?
I'll start to feel, sometimes I'll feel like oddly like itchy in my leg early on. Because it's like all related to like shingles and stuff. Like I'll feel like this weird feeling in my leg, but usually it's like a little bit of an itch, a little off. And then like a little like blister, a little red spot will kind of, it's like itchy. It feels uncomfortable. But that's like if I don't take Valtrex. If I even sense anything, a lot of times if I'm traveling and I'm not sleeping well or I'm on a weird sleeping schedule, I'll just take it because I know like my immune system's a little weakened.
Yeah.
But I haven't had like a bad outbreak in a long time. Occasionally I'll have it. Just a little bit. It'll last a few days. It's like no big deal.
That's crazy.
So whenever I go to Europe, I'll buy a bunch of Valtrex. Because there you can just buy it at the store. You need a prescription still, but like they don't really give a shit. And it's like $1 a pill as opposed to like $6 a pill here. I think we have some healthcare problems in America. I don't know if you've read anything.
Oh, I watched Joe Rogan's podcast.
But yeah, no, it was a nightmare. I wanted to fucking kill myself then, just because like herpes lasts forever. But even if it didn't, I wouldn't wish it upon my worst enemy. That's just the thing people say. I would wish it upon my worst enemy, but I don't have any enemies. But the first outbreak was so bad that like even if it wasn't forever, it fucking sucks.
Really?
But you get through it. You get some Valtrex. You take it, and like a quarter of the population has it. And my wife,
that was what they said.
Yeah, it's like 20% of men and 25% of women, or vice versa. I think it's more women than men.
Yeah, probably.
And it's actually like kind of difficult to get. Like my wife, we have unprotected sex, and she has not gotten it. Or if she has, it's completely dormant.
Really?
I like to say she doesn't have it in case I die and somebody wants to fuck my wife.
Wait, how old were you when you got married?
I got married almost exactly 2 years ago.
Really?
So I was 35. Yeah.
Nice. Do you think you guys will have kids?
I don't think so. Well, she's older. She's 4 years older than me, and it's hard, man. And it's so expensive. And New York, and like she's like not making as she's a comic as well, and she's not making as much money as I am right now. So like one of us is gonna have to sacrifice. And it would be her. Like I got good road money, so it'd be like one of those things of like, all right, you're gonna have to.
Does she want kids?
Be with the kid. I think that she did at a point, but now I think we're kind of in that like accepting mode of like we're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
But it's so fucking expensive, and the anxiety, like it gives me so much anxiety the idea of it. I watch other people's kids at the beach that I don't care if they drown, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't look.
Dude, we took Georgia to the beach when she was took Georgia and Isla when Isla was a baby. Georgia was probably 3, 4, maybe 4. Let's just call her 5 to make it fair.
Sure.
And we were out in Malibu. You can go in Zuma. You can either go to the right all the way to Zuma or to the left. There are these cliffs. The waves break a little more on the beach there. At least they were this day. And I was sitting at the beach. I was having a margarita. I was thinking how lucky I am. And a wave broke and grabbed Georgia and started to take her out to sea.
Jesus.
And my buddy Matt grabbed her foot at the last minute, lifted her up upside down,
wow.
and held her, and he goes, I got her.
Wow.
She couldn't swim. We would never have seen that child again.
Holy
I think of that
shit.
day so fucking much. She
Wow.
couldn't swim. She would have been goodbye.
Wow. Well done, Matt.
Yeah, Matt grabbed her by the fucking foot. I think of this so much. I wonder if my wife remembers that. I think of this so much.
Probably she
just
does.
grabbed her by the foot and lifted her up and goes, I got her. Just add a fucking dad move.
Wow.
Just, Matt's got 2 kids, Grace and Isabel. And I think Isabel's a little younger than Georgia. Grace is a little older than Georgia. Grabbed her by the foot, lifted her upside down, saved my daughter's life.
Wow. Somebody should suck his dick right now.
His wife does.
Okay.
I love his wife. His wife's fucking great.
Yeah, that's great. Wow. That would make me feel good.
Yeah, but
I
kids
wanna
are
go save a
kids are a
kid.
lot of anxiety.
Yeah, I mean, like I think about how much anxiety I have now. A lot. I even think about the future of the planet and the whatever. So, like, yeah, it's a lot. And also, like, I like my life. I like the freedom of my life. I like coming here. I mean, I came here to do this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have any. I went to the beach. I was on the beach this morning, yesterday. I like just going to do shit.
Yeah, you are really active.
I do a lot of things. I like to go do things.
So,
I'm
like,
trying to live.
what have you always been that guy, or did that happen with sobriety?
No, I've always been that guy. Even when I was drinking, I mean, now I'm able to do it more because I have money now and I'm sober. It like allows me to do things. I mean, those 2 things correlate for me.
Yeah.
But I always was like that on the road. I would always try to go do shit and see shit. And I've always been into traveling and go to as many sporting events as I can and all that stuff.
So wait, what have you done in LA this trip?
Well, we flew in yesterday. I was in Denver this weekend. I flew
Your wife's
in.
with you?
She's with me, yeah. She's at the mall right now walking around.
Over at Sherman Oaks?
Yeah. So we flew in, went straight to Manhattan Beach. I love Manhattan Beach. That place is like magical. First of all, it's 14 minutes from the airport. Like
Yeah.
you get your baggage, you're there 15 minutes later.
Yeah.
So we went straight to the beach.
Hotel?
Swam.
Airbnb?
Hotel. I'm a hotel guy. And then we went to the beach, swam for like a couple hours, went, had dinner, ice cream, fucking fucked around the hotel. Woke up this morning, went back to the beach, swam for an hour. And then what did we do after that? Went to IHOP, got a big giant buttery syrupy waffle, drove to Sherman Oaks and walked around there and came here.
And then when do you guys leave?
I leave tonight on a red eye. I'm going to do a set at the store and then heading back tonight. And then we go to Minneapolis on Thursday. So it's a lot. It's
Acme?
Yeah. It's been a crazy week. I did Side Splitters, Denver Comedy Works, Acme. Then I'm off a week, and then I'm going to London to do Soho, and then we're going out to Wales, Snowdonia National Park, or whatever the hell it's called, and then like hiking in Wales for 4 days, back to London, then Norway, Bergen. And then
Doing what? Doing what in Norway?
doing shows. Bergen, there's a
Is it
comedy
just you
club
and
there.
your wife going?
Yeah. It's pretty. I'm like, I feel like I have the best life. It's crazy, dude.
Man,
Like,
I wish that I'm saying this perspective wise. You're very lucky that you're doing this when you don't have kids and you don't have any responsibility. Like I've done it all with kids where everything you feel like, fuck, but I'm missing out.
yeah, for sure. I mean, that part would make me sad too.
Oh, it makes you very sad.
I mean, there's moments I get sad about not having kids where like I think about like showing a kid Jaws or like Goodfellas or taking them to like Fenway Park or something like there's stuff like that where I have moments where I'm like, oh, that makes me sad.
Or like just even the smallest thing. Like we watched 2 movies back to back. I've watched with my daughters and they didn't understand it, but loved it.
Yeah.
They watched The End. This is The End with Seth Rogen and James Franco
Yeah.
and all those actors.
Mhm.
About 20 minutes left in the movie, Isla goes, "Why? Who's James Franco?" I go, "What do you mean?" She goes, "He keeps saying James Franco. Who's this James Franco guy?" I go, "He's James Franco." She goes, "Why would he keep saying his name like that?" And I go, "He's famous." She goes, "For what?" I go, "Wait, hold on. You don't understand the premise of this movie? They're all actors. They're playing themselves." And she goes, "Huh?" I was like, "Wait, what have you been laughing at?" She's like, "I just thought it was people at the end of the world." I go, "No, they're famous actors making fun of their personas."
That's interesting that she was enjoying it at least.
She liked it.
Yeah.
She didn't even know who Danny McBride was,
Interesting.
but she just thought that character was
But
funny.
he's funny. Well, that says a lot for them, I guess, that
Yeah.
it stands out to not get the joke but still be getting the joke.
And then we watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
When we get done, she's like, "I don't know why that was so good." We're like, "Well, because he didn't end up killing Sharon Tate." She goes, "Who?" I said, "Manson." She goes, "Yeah, who's Manson?" I go, wait, you don't know who Charlie Manson is? She goes, no. I said, well, you don't know who this about the Sharon Tate murders? And she goes, no. I go, so you just watched a movie where Brad Pitt just fucking, spoiler alert, Brad Pitt just fucked up a bunch of people.
Right.
You thought that, I go, baby, this is based on a true story. And she went, oh, it is? I was like, oh my God.
That part would be hard to me to like people not understanding. I would feel sad. I'd be like, oh, so you didn't even, this is all a big waste. But she enjoyed it anyways.
She liked it. She goes, I like the flamethrower part. I like Brad Pitt's
Yeah, that's
character.
fun.
And she was like, a big spoiler alert there. But yeah.
Let this spin out for a while.
Yeah. But yeah, there are joys in having kids, hardcore joys. Like, well, I mean, I'm sure I'd think of one if you gave me a while, but no, but I mean, like there's little things like going swimming with them or the inside jokes you guys have. Like
Right.
this morning I was playing Otis Redding in the house, waking everyone up, and I was laughing.
Yeah.
I was hungover. We drank last night, and I was such a great fucking mood.
Yeah.
I was like, I got a great life. I hung out with friends last night, smoked some pot, had a couple glasses of wine. I was like, fucking feel loopy this morning.
No, that's great. I mean, that part to me, I mean, there's so much of it that is nice. But I have nieces and nephews, so I get some of that feeling, I suppose. But yeah, there's definitely, that's life. Every decision you make, the other thing you're like, that would be cool.
What do you think you would have been if you didn't do stand-up?
Maybe a firefighter. My family's like firefighters. I come from that Boston Irish fireman thing. And I wanted to do that when I was like a kid. There was like, there's like a few moments of like, I might have to do something. That or like maybe a teacher, I guess. I don't know.
You'd make a great teacher before a fireman.
Oh, thank you.
You got to definitely have a teacher's body.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm pretty ripped under here, believe it or not.
Do you work out?
I do. I work out pretty good. I mean, that's hurtful that you even asked.
Well, no, but you're really skinny.
Thank you. Well, that's because I work out.
No, but like you're like
I'm fit.
You're like God made you skinny.
Yes, I have that. Yeah,
like Ari, God made Ari skinny.
Yeah. God cares about us. He doesn't care about you. God hates you.
God, I have God around my neck.
Oh, do you?
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh, geez. Oh, I was only kidding.
I actually believe in God.
Oh God, now I feel terrible.
I'm one of the few.
He loves you. He loves all of us. I hope he does. But no, I work out a bit. What was the question? What would I have been?
Yeah, fireman or a
I put very little thought. Since I was like a young kid, I was like, I'm going to be a comedian. Like I didn't put a lot of practical thought. Like I never went to college or did anything. Didn't? Not for a second.
It's so funny. You seem smart as shit.
I think I'm a smart guy, but I was like, I'm going to go be a comedian. I'm going to go be a comedian.
Do you read?
I read a lot. Yeah.
Really?
I love that you said you seem smart, and then I said I'm gonna go be a comedian. Yeah, I read quite a bit. Yeah, I think I read more than the average American for sure, but less than people that really read a lot.
How many books do you think you read a year?
A year?
Let's do a month.
Sometimes I'll usually read. I have like multiple books going at once. Like I was in Auschwitz a couple weeks ago, and so I bought. I don't know how to say his name. Elie Wiesel, the famous writer guy. Night, yes. Yeah. I read that book in like 2 days because it was like amazing. I got obsessed with the Holocaust in the right ways.
Yeah.
I read the book and like I read that.
I'm really going through a Holocaust phase right now.
I'm really kind of into it, but I read that in like 2 days. So then I'm actually reading Helter Skelter, like the book by the prosecutor, the Charles Manson book. I've been reading that for a while. I put that down for a little bit.
Helter Skelter is great. My wife read Helter Skelter.
It's great. It's really great.
I'd like that. I like true. Someone gave my phone out online, my phone number. Fun. So I get phone calls. I got to change my phone number now.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, I know. It just sucks because everyone just calls and goes, "Oh, is this a machine?" And I go, "It is." "Oh, dude, your number's online. Don't worry, I have it. I won't abuse it, but I'm going to call you when I drink. Oh, bye." And then I'm like, okay.
I like they don't even think of something good to say.
No one ever thinks of anything. Is this Romeo Horsecock? And I'm like, it is. Dude, big fan. And listen, I don't want to bother you. I know you're with your family, but I'm like, just don't call.
Oh, that's nice that you answer. But so I'm reading a couple books at once, but probably a year, maybe, I don't know, 12 or 14 books a year, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say, but I'm always reading a few books at once.
I read about a book a year.
That's not bad. That's still more than most people.
But I like, here's what I like, and I'm putting this out there so that you can hit me up. I read this book. What
do you see? Bert sees something. I'm going to let the people know what's happening. Bert spies something on the floor. Could be a bug, insect. He's throwing up. He's looking for a book, folks.
Like I like books like this. This is about Al Jorgensen. It's the autobiography on Al Jorgensen.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
He was like a hard partying. He was Ministry. You know, the band Ministry. That's him. He was a hard partier. I like books like that. I like really cheesy books like David Baldacci, The Escape. Right now I'm reading one by Thor something.
Okay.
It's about this American spy who got kidnapped by Russians. They drop him. The plane crashes in Siberia, and he's got to try to get to Finland or whatever. I don't know, not in Siberia, but somewhere outside St. Petersburg. He's got to try to get to Finland in the winter. So like I like that books like that, but I can really tear through anything that is almost historical or like any band autobiography. I can rip through in a second.
See, I read a lot of the books I read are like Buddhist books, Thich Nhat Hanh, Jack Kornfield, Tara Brach. I'll read a lot of those.
I can't understand. I mean, I'm not an idiot, but like I can't understand the paragraphs.
What do you
books
mean?
Like that? Like I read the words and my brain doesn't. I can't read a book about thoughts. I have to read a book about a story.
Right.
Where I can imagine the story in my head and cast it. One of my earlier jokes. Every time I read a book, I cast it in my head.
Yeah.
I read Memoirs of a Geisha. Problem is I only know like a couple Asian actors. So I was like, great. She'll be played by Mr. Miyagi.
That's funny. No, I read a lot of those Buddhist books and like that self-helpy kind of, not self-helpy, but Buddhist. And then right now I'm reading a book I just started reading 2 days ago called Say Nothing, which is about the Troubles in Northern Ireland, the war, which I think is the most Irish thing ever. They have a fucking civil war that they call the Troubles. We're like, it's a little troubling. This isn't a war. We had a little trouble. But that book's like enthralling. Like this woman gets kidnapped up front. And
what is it? Is it factual?
Oh yeah. It's like a.
What's it called?
It's called Say Nothing.
I'm buying it on Amazon right now.
Oh, it's great. I mean, I'm only like 60 pages in, but it's really great. I mean, that's just like a fascinating situation.
Say nothing?
Yeah.
As opposed to say anything?
Yeah. I think there's an old kind of Irish saying, whatever you say nothing.
By like Patrick Radin Keefe?
Keefe, yeah.
All right, I'm buying it right now.
All right, great. Well, this is a lot of pressure. I think you're gonna like it.
Hardcover?
I got the hardcover.
My eyes. How many pairs of glasses do you have?
I keep thinking you're gonna cry. I have one pair of glasses. Every story you've told, I'm like, oh, Bert's getting a little choked up.
No, I lost my grill. I cooked burgers inside today, and there was smoke, and the smoke got in my throat and kind of made my voice sound like I'm gonna cry.
Oh, okay. Because your eyes are glassy. But maybe you're just that's your eyes. Eyes have moist.
Hungover. All right, I just bought it. Tell me more books. Tell me your favorite books.
My favorite books.
Dude, have you read Miss Pat's book?
No, I haven't read it.
Oh, if it was here, I'd give it to you. It's called Rabbit.
I have so many books right now. But I love Miss Pat. She's amazing.
That book is fucking intense.
She's so funny and she's so sweet. John Krakauer is my favorite writer. My favorite book ever.
Okay. Into the
Wild.
Air?
I love that book.
Into the Wild,
Into the Wild is probably my favorite book. I also, Missoula fucking blew my mind.
What's Missoula?
Missoula is incredible. I mean, it's a bummer, especially if you have daughters. But like, it's about all these campus rapes, the University of Montana. I mean, it's terrible.
Jesus.
But I'm laughing because of your reaction. But it's like jarring. But it's about specifically a few campus rapes by like football players. But it's all about sexual abuse and what it's like to get justice and the justice system. It's
Missoula,
pretty fucking amazing. Krakauer is like unbelievable.
Krakauer was Into Thin Air was so like I'll go through. I'm buying it. Hold on 1 second.
I feel really good here. This is what I want from like my dad.
You know what's so funny? This is gonna sound really creepy, maybe.
I hope so. I like it creepy. I like that you got into a creepy position. You're like, let me get into a creepy mode here,
dude. I am nothing but creepy on this podcast. I've never worn shoes on this podcast.
Gross.
Yeah, no, you're not a barefoot guy.
I don't like a man hoof. A lady foot I like.
First of all, I have beautiful fucking feet.
Those are pretty good.
I have beautiful fucking feet. I'm trying desperately to partner with a flip flop company to bring back a certain pair of flip flops that I love.
They're nice. By the way, we're in your home, so it's fine. I mean,
I would take my shoes off in your house.
You would?
Oh, I wouldn't take my shoes off.
If you leave a sock
I'm usually a flip flop. I usually only wear flip flops.
Okay.
So I would definitely take my flip flops off in your house.
Okay, that's fair.
I go through. Two thoughts.
Got it. Take your time.
I go through stints of books where I read one book and that gets me back into reading.
Right.
Into Thin Air was one of them. And then after Into Thin Air, I read like 5 books in a month. I just couldn't stop reading.
Yeah, it's fun.
And then I get out of it. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas was a book I read. And then all of a sudden I was like back into reading. That was like the first book I ever read was The Firm.
Oh, wow.
By John Grisham.
Yeah.
That's like my first book. Like I never read a book before. And I was like, I know. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
By the way, I was like 18. I'd never read a book.
I'm the same way. I didn't start reading until after high school. I also had never read. Like I read like The Catcher in the Rye, and I was like, "This is pretty good."
I read The Catcher in the Rye,
Yeah.
but I read I didn't read the whole thing. I read some of it and then got the Cliff Notes.
Yeah.
But the whole time I was like, "This has got to be about baseball, right?" The whole time.
Yeah.
I was like, it's got to turn around into baseball." And then I was like, "Wait, this is just about a kid cursing?"
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Pass, fucking out." And then
Oh,
By the way, I couldn't even tell you what that book's about.
It's kind of like your friend Matt, was it? Matt? The guy that saved the baby. I mean, that's what The Catcher in the Rye is. Like these kids, they're running near the cliff, and then he kind of longs to be the person that prevents them from falling off.
What?
That's The Catcher in the Rye, I believe. I mean, I've read this in 20 years. The producer's making a face. I think that's right. I think the title comes from...
I thought he was like going to New York.
There's like yeah, he is, but the title comes from... He longs to be somebody of meaning who's like helping children that are going to fall off.
I thought he was like a degenerate kid who was going to New York.
He is, but I mean, I'm a degenerate kid that moved to New York, but I long to help. But I think that's the reveal in the end, like The Catcher in the Rye. I mean, I could be getting a lot of tweets here calling me a fucking idiot, but I think that's the reference to the title is to like snatch up the kids before they fall out of the rye and out of a cliff and die a horrible death. I kind of like The Silence of the Lambs, where you're watching this movie that's an incredible movie, but you're like, what the hell? What's with The Silence of the Lambs? And it's not revealed till later that she's trying to get the lambs to stop screaming by saving this girl.
That was my one thought I wanted to say. The second thought, and this is going to sound creepy, but like, I followed you on Instagram and on Twitter.
Oh, thank you.
And through podcasts so much that I go, oh, me and him would be really good friends. And then you and Ari I think you and Ari are really good friends.
We're close. Yeah, I love Ari.
And I go, oh, like I get bummed out that I'm not a part of your life sometimes.
Oh, that's sweet. I appreciate that.
I think I would really, I think I'd fold in really nicely. Like in a divorce, I'll move to New York, hang out with those guys. Like, cause even just looking at those guys at the Yankees game today, I go, fuck, I'd love to do that.
Yeah, we got a good gang over there. It's fun. I dream about moving here.
You really?
Yeah, but I won't. But
I wish Ari would move back here.
I love it here. I'm not one of these New York guys that hates LA. LA is amazing. I mean, I think it's hilarious that people. This is my second favorite city. That's why I like to post on Instagram. I'll take pictures of the beach and be like, LA sucks. But I think it becomes this cool thing to say in New York, like, oh, LA, I could never live there. I'm like, what is it you don't like? The perfect weather, the mountains, the ocean, the accessibility, the diversity, the food.
Yeah.
It's like there's a lot to offer here.
Dude, the first time I came, when was your first trip to LA?
My first trip to LA, I think it was in like 2012. Because here's the thing. I was just talking to my wife about this. Growing up, I was a huge Woody Allen guy. He always shit on LA, made fun of LA. Then you hear about like gangs, earthquakes, smog. Like there's not like a good advertisement for LA. I had no desire to see LA because of like Woody Allen and like West Coast rap. There's like drive-bys and the Crips. I was like, geez. And then you come here and you're like, this place is like, it's like a world-class city.
It's so you came out in 2012?
2012, but now,
business?
For comedy. But now I'm here like this is my 4th time here this year. So now I'm here quite a bit.
My first trip out, I was 26 years old. It was in June. No. Yeah, it was in June. It was the very beginning of June. And I flew out first class. Will Smith flew me out. Jesus. And I was in Century City, staying at the hotel that they shot Die Hard in.
Oh, wow.
And I walked down the street to the mall to go get lunch. By the way, I'm in Century City, and probably one of the most unappealing parts of Los Angeles that there is. There's nothing there except for a mall, Fox, CAA, I think ABC was there at the time. Yeah. Like, there's nothing there, so to speak of. And my dad called, and I was on the corner, about to cross the street over to the mall in Century City, and I was on the corner. My dad called, and he goes, so what do you think of it? And I said to him, this is my favorite place I've ever been in the world. I'm moving
sweet.
here. And he was like, you're moving there? I was like, yep. Will Smith put me in the Universal Sheraton for 7 months. I lived in that hotel for 7
Wow.
months while we were developing a sitcom. And I've never felt like a city. This city had everything to offer to me.
Yeah.
Hiking, great bars, like a great nightlife scene.
Yeah.
Like great workouts. Like they're like, dude, what do I
That's crazy. Do you block these numbers?
No, just fucking send it to voicemail.
Might want to think about blocking them.
Oh, hold on one second. Hello.
Hi, this is Ashley calling from Cedar Cardiology. May I speak with?
Give me 1 second. Hey, Ashley, how you doing? Good. Give me 1 second.
Sure.
Go ahead. No. I'm here for you. What's up? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what we talked about. Awesome. Okay. Okay. Awesome. Will do. Awesome. Thank you very much. All right. Bye. Yep. We're healthy.
Oh, that was the cardiologist.
Yeah. Oh, that was fucking scary.
You got a good heart?
Yeah. I just got all my blood work done. My liver's a little fatty, but I think it's because I'm overweight, and my cholesterol is a little high. But we had talked he knew my liver was fatty when he did it, and then my cholesterol was up. And he was like, "Yeah, you got to." He's like, "I don't want to put you on meds. I want you just to lose weight." So I was like, "Great." So, and I was like, just so you know, at the time I was like, I haven't been drinking. He goes, "It's not about booze. It's about food." He's like, you have too many carbohydrates. He's like, "You got to lose weight. It's fat." He's like, "The number one thing I see is people with fatty livers." And he's like, "That's the majority." When he works at a free clinic. And so I was like, really? It's like, it's the number one problem in America.
Interesting.
And I was like, wow. So that was them. Oh, that was a good call.
Wow, great.
Yeah,
glad to hear it.
But yeah, I'm healthy. I'm not dying.
Perfect.
What were you saying right before I cut you off horrifically to answer my cardiologist?
I can't remember. I think you were talking. What were we talking about?
What were we talking about?
Wait, I thought we were past books. Wait,
no.
no.
Past books.
Was it Ari being friends?
Oh, L.A.
L.A., yes. The love for L.A.
I fucking love L.A.
Yes.
I love L.A.
Yes, it's great.
I would love to, like, there's things I dislike about LA, but I think they're going to happen in a lot of cities. Like, I don't like there's a really bad homeless thing going on right now. I had an idea to bring back comic relief. Tell me what you think about this.
I love it already.
Bring back comic relief. We do a pay-per-view, okay? So it's a pay-per-view event with the biggest comics in the world.
Yeah.
Okay?
So I won't be there. Is what you're saying.
No. Me and you are there because we're a part of it also.
Thank you.
But all it is the biggest comics in the world doing. Everyone requests their favorite bit from that person.
Oh,
so they don't burn material, but you're literally going like, and it's like an all-day event. So it's a pay-per-view event for Saturday that lasts all fucking day. Starts at noon, ends at midnight. 12 hours of comedy.
I like it.
And you get like 3 or 4 hosts, and you put up every hour. It's a fucking Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, Joe Rogan type big name like that every hour. So you get like 12 of them, maybe even more. But then guys like me and you can fill in the time and do our favorite. People request our favorite bits.
Here's the only issue I see with this. Now with the politically correct thing, trying to do chat, people would get mad. Because Chappelle, someone would want Chris Rock to do his black people versus N-words, and it would take the whole thing apart. They're like, I don't care if you're raising money.
What do you think about what happened with, how great would it be to hear Chris Rock do black people
I don't even know
N-words.
if he would do it now.
What do you think of about that, though? Like, they're lighting up Chris Rock right now, saying that, because he made that post about another school shooter, hashtag, and then he put a picture of Betty White.
Oh, it's Betty White, yeah.
Betty White.
Oh, are they mad about that?
Oh, yeah. They were calling him a racist.
Oh, I think they just do that just to like.
I think it's the alt-right.
It's all this whataboutism. But what about when you said that? And then what about this? I hate it on all sides. It's all silly to me.
Well, they do that to Chris Rock so that they go. The reason they're doing it is the left. The lunatic left is causing all the fucking problems. If they would pump the fucking brakes and chill out with cancel culture. Right. So if they could just chill out on cancel culture, then these alt-right lunatics would shut the fuck up about Chris Rock. So what they're trying to do is go and see he's racist.
Right.
How come he gets to say that?
Right.
And you're like, well, come on. Like, we didn't think it was like, we don't, the middle of the country, I'm middle. I'm just like a middle guy.
Yeah.
I've always voted left.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm not giving you my politics. I'm just telling you, I've never voted for Republican.
Yes. I'm the same way. Yes.
And so conversationally though, I'm sure you'd immediately assume I'm conservative. If you talk to me, you'd be like, what the fuck? But I'm not. I'm just a regular fucking person who goes, I can understand why Sarah Silverman got fired from that movie for wearing blackface 7 years ago. I understand about that. You heard about that?
Yeah. I heard about it from you earlier.
Yeah. I can understand why she did. I think it's stupid. I don't think she should be fired from the fucking movie.
No, it's insane.
I think it's stupid. I understand why they did it. I think it's stupid. What the right does is goes, why am I talking about politics? I don't give a fuck about politics.
I don't know. I get nervous though.
Yeah. But what does make you nervous to talk about?
Politics for sure. Just because I hate hearing about it. I hate hearing about it from the other people. I enjoy talking about politics, but not publicly because people just write shit and I just get annoyed by it and it's dumb and I don't feel like dealing with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, also, by the way, the answer is everything makes me nervous to talk about.
Really?
No, I'm a nervous guy.
It stinks. I saw you on Rogan and that Louis came up. And
yeah.
It stinks to be in that situation.
Terrifying. It's terrifying. But I think I handled it well and it went well. Also, nobody ends up caring. I'm in a nice position where no one ends up caring about what I say. It's like the famous people. Like Sarah Silverman has to deal with it because she's very famous and stuff. It's when you're getting those corporate jobs, I think.
I guess so.
But boy, you watch a lot of stuff.
I do.
Appreciate it.
I take in a lot of content. If I'm working out, I watch a podcast.
Yeah.
And I only watch podcasts of people I like.
Right.
And so like when you were on Rogan, I was super excited.
Oh, thanks. That was fun. It was so nerve-wracking. I was like so anxious. The night before, I woke up and had to shit in the middle of the night. And I had a moment of like, what am I doing? I'm not this kind of guy. I don't want people to hear what I'm saying about things.
You're fucking hilarious.
Oh, thanks. But like, I was so nervous about talking about Louis or politics or whatever it is. And I'm like, I like entertaining people, but having people be like, oh, so you think fucking whatever's a whatever? I'm like, I don't like it. Like, leave me alone.
But what's crazy is like, there's no forgiveness in our culture.
Yeah, it's difficult. I feel like there is like now years from now, maybe or something, because there used to be. Like Mike Tyson is like he's a cartoon. He's on Broadway. He's like that guy used to, I mean, he's a convicted rapist, but he also used to like knock out old women when he was a kid, but he's completely accepted that. He's a movie star and a cartoon. So there is there is forgiveness. What's
Snoop
that?
Dogg killed somebody.
I think Ray Lewis killed somebody, I believe, and is on CBS. We got to name a white guy. It's getting uncomfortable.
OJ, no.
No, I don't know how forgiven he is, but
it's crazy.
There's certainly a white person that's committed a crime that's welcome back also.
It's funny because
can't think of one off the top of my head.
Hannah Gadsby now is the authoritarian on Louis' path to redemption. She's like, every article I see is Hannah Gadsby says there is a path for. First of all, why? How arrogant to go? I'll be in charge of this.
Yeah, that's always interesting to me.
I don't know. You're right. This is bad territory to talk about because it's like it's lose-lose.
Right. But I mean, I think it's okay to say we're friends with Louis. We like Louis. He's a good person.
I like Louis.
And he's had a hard time. Yeah.
I think he's had a hard time.
But he's doing well now. I mean, we just did Europe. We were in Europe together. We did like 10 days, like 6 countries. It was really fun.
How does Europe think about that stuff?
I think in England he had some blowback, but we did Poland, Bulgaria, Romania, and Italy, and there was no people loved it. It was great. Like 900 seaters. It was really fun.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was a great time. We had a great time. I mean, he's a good person. He's a great dad, and he did some weird shit a while ago, and I'm not.
Everyone did some weird shit a while ago.
Yeah, I shit in a girl's shoe.
Yeah.
You can hear about it earlier in the...
I pissed on a girl's dining room table. I fucking used to dip my dick and balls in vinegar.
Yeah.
I think about it like my wife is obsessed with calling me a misogynist. And I'm like, hey, stop saying that. Like she said it a lot lately. On the podcast, she says it.
Yeah.
On Dr. Drew's podcast, she said it. I'm like, hey, that's not a cool word to throw around. Like, apparently you're not on Twitter, but you can't, like, I'm not a misogynist, and you saying that I am doesn't help my case. If anything comes up, if I say something negative about women, I'm like, just shut your fucking mouth. You're a woman. Don't you know your place? But you can't even make jokes sometimes.
No, it's, yeah. That all makes me nervous, but that'll be all right.
What do you think? What do you think is going to be the fucking catalyst for this? Because it's got to end. Like the Me Too stuff is a little, people are saying things they couldn't say 8 months ago.
Right.
Like someone said the other day, I don't know, I just believe in due process, and no one attacked them. And I was like, wow, that's progress.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I think, first of all, I think the majority of people the majority of society is good at differentiating between Bill Cosby and Louis C.K. There was a moment, I think, where everything got kind of churned up into one big thing. And it's tricky. It's like it's a microcosm of everything that happens. There's like, something starts out very positive and then there's negative little offshoots of it. I mean, obviously, I think the Me Too is a great thing, a great idea, a great movement. Very positive. You'll think more of it when you read Missoula, and you're like, oh, this is really important. But some things, I mean, Louis specifically gets kind of mixed up into this weird thing, and damage is done. I think
it's one of those things that, when you talk about like progress, there's got to be those first aggressive, just breaking eggs, because that's what you do before you start looking at the right eggs to break. You're like, fuck. You got to like storm in. Progress has to be stormed in upon. Right. You can't, I don't think it happens at like a slow rate. Right. I don't think without Me Too, women would have ever been heard about sexual assault.
No, I think it's like, I think it's good. And it's crazy. Like, and you start learning, like, I'm like, oh, I don't know a woman who hasn't been the victim of some kind of sexual abuse or assault. Like, it's pretty insane. My wife,
insane when you think. Yeah, my wife was raped in college. I hope she's talked about that. But yeah, I mean, yeah.
I'm laughing at you not knowing if you should have said that or not.
I think she's
not the idea.
About it. Yeah. Alston's like, yeah. It's a dead horse.
So yeah, I mean, I think it's obviously positive, but I think some of I guess I'm so close with Louis that part was like, I don't know, hard. It was hard to deal with. Not hard. I don't want to say like I'm like, it was very hard for me.
It's hard to even talk. I won't even let you talk because it's a fucked up thing to even talk about, because people want to misconstrue words. Same way the alt-right goes after Chris Rock for that tweet. The progressive left and Jezebel goes after just guys like you and I going, he's not a bad guy. He's not a bad guy? Like, how dare you say that? And you're like, okay. Right. Would you let your daughter be with him? And I was like, yeah, probably. I mean, I don't think that. Whatever.
Your daughter will be fine.
I think so. He's a father of two. There's, it's fucking. I guess it's better than just obliviousness. Have you been around like old men that don't know about Me Too and are still calling girls honey and doll?
Of course, yeah. No, yeah, you see it all the time. I mean, it's wild. I mean, yeah, it sucks. I would rather be a man than a woman. For sure. Oh, but I really like Louis as a person. Yeah. So now I'm in this weird territory. I don't know where I'm at anymore.
Dude, so glad that it came out on this podcast where we can edit anything you want out.
Oh, great. Yeah.
Yeah. On Joe's podcast, that would have been. I saw you fucking shaking when he brought up Louis. You were like,
literally like shaking. But I feel like I was all right. I was like, I love him. He's my friend. And then Louis listened to it. He was okay with it. So I was like, all right, great.
And yeah, it's like Ari. Like when Me Too started, I was like, Ari, aren't you nervous? He's like, no, why? And I was like, I was nervous for you. I was like,
right. No, it's but and also Me Too. I mean, it changes my perspective of a lot of these stories I have. Like I have stories that I would tell before, not like horrible, just like sex stuff where I'm like, oh, I guess that was fucking weird. I don't know, that wasn't great. Not to make it sound like I did some horrible thing.
Dude, I remember every guy has been in a sketchy sex scenario where just you're uncomfortable also. Like I mean, I had sex with my wife one time, and after it she cried, and I went, what? And by the way, we're married.
Yeah.
It was consensual as fuck.
Right.
She cried after sex, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Right.
Like, stuff like that, as a guy, you're like, I don't know how to process what's to like, are you okay? I'm cool, right? I did everything right.
Right.
I mean, even like, I was saying to someone the other day, I was saying to Tom, I was like, I've never been in like a group sex thing where 2 guys and 1 girl. Like,
Yeah.
I would never do that. I think it's rapey. And Tom's like, no, people do it. Girls are into it. I'm like, I can't. I'm just like not that guy.
Right.
I've only had sex with 6 chicks.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that is embarrassing.
Yeah, but I'm not a sex guy. I'm very I'm very bad at it. So if I'm gonna do it with someone, I want to make sure that they're gonna stick around.
Right.
I've had one night stand. It was with that fucking girl that I thought I got. I had 2 one night stands, really. One was with this Liverpudlian chick, and one was with this girl.
What did you say? Libertarian?
Liverpudlian
What's that mean?
from Liverpool.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know that word.
her tongue was stuck to the bottom of her mouth. It wouldn't go out of her mouth.
Oh, weird.
Oh, you're telling me. She couldn't stick her tongue out of her mouth. The skin was attached to the bottom.
Ugh.
So she like, oh, do that.
Ugh.
And so, yeah, so you could lick her tongue, but you couldn't like French kiss her.
Oh, weird. She's a
And
bad lesbian.
You want to know something crazy? She would be a bad lesbian. She drank Hennessy and smoked cool cigarettes.
Wow.
And the whole time I was like, this is what it would smell like to fuck Tupac. The whole time.
Oof.
Wait, what kind of music do you listen to?
I'm like a big classic rock. I'm a huge Pearl Jam guy. I've seen them 40 times.
Really?
And I'm huge into Brandi Carlile. Do you know Brandi Carlile? I'm like obsessed with her.
No.
Oh, she's great.
For real?
She's like a newish rock and roll. Sometimes she gets equated with country music. She'll play the CMT Awards, which I find
Brandi Carlile.
strange, but she's like a Seattle singer, rock and roll, some country-ish, I guess. But she had an album that came out, I think now 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, that kind of like blew up. She's kind of blowing up now. I'm about to go see her at the Garden.
Brandi.
Yeah. And then Carlisle is like Carlile.
I got it. In artists. Brandi Carlile. I'm downloading it.
Yeah, man. She's like unbelievable.
Party of One.
Yeah, that's like one of her singles. That album is the newest album. That album's great.
Nice. I can't
By
wait.
the way, I Forgive You is the album. And she has a song called The Story, which is like her it's kind of like a grungy fucking badass tune.
All right. Hang on. I'm fucking.
Yeah, I think you'll
I
dig
got
it.
The Story.
I don't know you too well, but The Story is great. That's a great album too.
Wait, what do you when someone told you about me, what did you think? Like if when you hear about me, when you go like I don't know you that well, but what do you think about me? Because I think things about you.
Oh God, that makes
But
me
like
nervous.
no, but like, you go hiking, you like the outdoors, you're super fucking active.
Yeah.
I see you and Ari doing stuff all the time.
Yeah, we like to do shit. I like to get out there and do shit. I enjoy hanging out, conversation. I feel that way with you. I feel like we would be friends. I'm
Yeah.
like, we have mutual friends. So you're just like, oh, that's someone that I would just be friends with if I lived here, you lived there, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's weird. It feels like you know people because you're like, I mean, I said that weird. I didn't mean it. I said it like, I'm like, it feels like you know people.
Yeah.
I meant generally, it feels like you know somebody because you're like have mutual friends and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
But then I also think we would hang out till 10 p.m. and then I'd be like, all right, I'll see you tomorrow. It's whenever you
go to
up.
bed early.
I don't go to bed early, but like if people are boozing and stuff, it's hard. Like, that's the only thing with not drinking. When people are drunk or whatever, I don't know what you're like drunk, but I'm like, oh, we're operating on different level. I got to go. I like sitting around like this having a conversation.
You can't. If I was drinking, you couldn't tell if I was drinking.
But aren't you like shirtless at a party and buying everyone shots and dancing on the bar and
If
shit?
if we were partying,
I see.
if it was after one of my shows, you definitely would notice
Right.
that I was drinking, but you would only notice it because it's in my hand.
Right.
I'm very loud, obviously, but like if I was drinking, I could be what would be considered blackout drunk, and you would have no fucking idea.
Interesting.
I don't change. My personality didn't change at all.
Interesting. But yeah, I like a hang like this. We're sitting around.
Cigars.
I used to be a big cigar guy, but then I got this acid reflux situation, so I've knocked that off for a little
Really?
while. But I'll come
So wait,
back
what
to
are your
it.
treats then? No booze, no cigars.
Well,
weed?
the last few months has been very little. I'm starting to come back now, but for a long time it was cigars, Coke, chocolate chip cookies,
Coke, huh?
Coca-Cola.
Oh, okay.
But you're like, oh, here we go. No, like soda, fast food. But then like I had this horrible acid reflux problem for months. That's like starting to get better now. But Yeah, but also I don't know. I've sex with my wife, hanging out. I mean, that's why I do a lot of hiking and going to the movies and shit. I'm like, I gotta figure out something.
You do like I define myself on treats. Like I need treats.
Yes,
like
I was like that too. Yeah, I would always be cookies and cigars. Huge cookies and cigar guy.
Really?
Chocolate chip cookies and cigars.
chocolate chip cookies are so good.
Until a few months ago. Although I just had a chocolate chip cookie before this podcast, which I can like feel it in my throat because of
Are you
reflux.
serious?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have reflux? Because you drink.
Yeah, I just fucking take a pill for it.
Do you take Prilosec?
No, I take a fucking
Zantac?
Pepsid
Zantac,
Complete.
Pepsid AC?
Pepsid Complete.
Okay. Is
Those
it volume?
things just zips it out.
All right, maybe I should try Pepsid Complete.
You don't you never tried it?
No, I've just taken Prilosec for like 6 months, but you're supposed to get off it at some point because
Yeah.
of osteoporosis or some bullshit.
Yeah, don't take Prilosec. What I try to do is I try to eat. Right now, I'm trying to eat fairly clean.
Yeah.
So like I had a buffalo patty for lunch,
All right.
but I had ketchup on it and cheese. So like I'm not totally healthy.
Yeah.
And then I'll have a little coffee. But I try to drink I'm obsessed with these 32-ounce styrofoam cups. I love a 32-ounce styrofoam cup.
Okay.
There's nothing better in my opinion than 32-ounce styrofoam. You want to know one of my hardcore treats?
Yes.
Do you like Kool-Aid?
Nah, no.
Oh.
I mean, I'm sure I would. I just don't. I mean, I do like Kool-Aid. I just haven't drank Kool-Aid since I was, 9.
Oh, dude, you're doing water all wrong. Let me tell you something. I get these they're 5-calorie packets.
Okay.
They're this big. They're for like 16 ounces, right?
Yeah.
I fill one of these up with crushed ice, pour one in, I pour it in first, fill it with crushed ice, then fill it with water, and all the concentrates at the bottom, right? But you'll get a little taste of the Kool-Aid, and I
Yeah.
drink like 5 of those, 32 ounces, 5 of those, and by the end, you drank all the Kool-Aid. So it's
Yeah.
only 5 calories for 5 of them, so it's a calorie a drink. But dude, they're so fucking good.
Wow, you're
They're
literally
so-
drinking the Kool-Aid.
I'll make you one. Did you drive here?
I did drive here, but I can't have this Kool-Aid. I got this reflux. I got to
Dude.
knock out this reflux problem.
Okay, I'm gonna get you a Pepsi Complete.
I'm telling you, it's an issue. It's called silent reflux, where it goes into your throat, and I was losing my voice and stuff, and all scratchy.
But you
and
must have
shit.
it bad. I don't have it like that.
Well,
I just get heartburn
drank.
sometimes.
I mean, I drank I was drinking 4 or 5 Cokes a day, and like 3 or 4 cigars a week, a chocolate chip cookie every day, yodel. This is where my treats were. So that's why my treats got knocked out a few months ago. Few yodels a day.
What's a yodel?
That's like a ring ding, but like a dick shaped, like a little. It looks like a little poo.
What is
You
it?
know,
Like
yodel. It's like a little Debbie or whatever.
Okay,
It looks like a ring ding. You know what a ring ding is?
kinda.
A ring ding is like a hockey puck. A yodel's like a.
Oh, I know what a yodel is. You're
It's a
eating
little
those.
like child dick. I was eating like 4 of those a day. Plus, I would have DiGiorno pizza like 4 or 5 times a week. Chicken parm, extra sauce. I eat Chipotle 4 times a week. Extra sauce, extra queso. So I just got all fucked up.
Dude.
So then I was on Prilosec for like 5 months. Started to get better. Tried to get myself off the Prilosec, but you get this rebound reflux when you try to get off of it. So that's what I had. And then this week I'm in LA, so I went to In-N-Out yesterday.
Oh fuck yeah, you
And,
did.
yeah.
That's the best.
Yeah, so I'm a little fucked up now. And I had a
Do you like
cookie.
Mexican food?
I love it. I mean,
You should go to salsa and beer tonight.
I can't because the reflux. I gotta get evened out again
God damn it.
before I can get spicy. So the last few months I've had like no treats. So I'm just like, I've sex with my wife. I'm like, you got to pretend to be a man and fucking call me a bitch or whatever.
Gotta
I
take
try
it
to
to the next level.
mix it
Spit in
up.
my mouth.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a big spit in the mouth guy. She won't do it. My wife's very like conservative sexually.
My wife's very conservative sexually.
Like I'm a fucking wild animal. Like I want her to whip my own cum in my face and stick a heel in my ass. You know what I mean?
Stick a heel in your ass.
But
I used to have
You
a
know.
joke. This is my impression of me getting kinky during sex. My wife's giving me a blowjob. I'm like, oh, I feel so good. Put your finger in my ass. What? Nothing. My wife it is not the woman I married. The woman I married was like a fucking wildcat.
yeah,
Like hardcore. Like fucking hardcore.
yeah.
And now she's just gotten to a place where she's like, no, I'm not doing that.
Right.
Stop. Why? Stop. Do you want to do this? Then we're gonna just do it regular, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Like
It's
there's
hard.
no like.
Sometimes you just have to do it in your head, I think. My wife is great by the way. We have great sex. We have lots of sex. But yeah, I'm definitely a fucking
I would probably be a lot crazier.
yeah. But I don't watch. My wife and I were just talking. I don't watch. I've never been a porn guy, so I
Oh.
have to just create things with my wife.
You don't watch porn?
No, and I realize here's why. This is what I was saying here. To me, the sexy thing about sex, the hot thing about sex, is to have a woman who's like, a woman's kind of walking around and wearing pants and has a job, and she's like, hello, she's meeting people, and I'll have a large coffee. And then you see her in this place, like this naked, vulnerable place where her fucking legs in the air, and she's like, fuck me and come. That's the hot part, to get a woman into that space. Where porn is just a woman like, okay, here's a woman who fucks professionally and she's going to fuck on the computer. To me, a hot porn would be like, you'd watch Goodfellas, and in the last scene, they go off to be witness protection, and Leota has Lorraine Bracco's ankles up over his head, and she's pounding her, because I get to know her. You know what I mean? You don't expect
someone has a joke that I recently heard someone tell this joke, but and it's better than the one. I don't know who it is. I don't know whose joke. I heard it, and I went, God damn it. That's the joke I've been working on. Yeah. I've been working on a joke that I can never really figure it out. And I don't know their joke. I tell you their joke. But like the problem I have with strip clubs is that they got naked so quick.
Yes.
That I needed more. I wanted more. I wanted them to have sweatpants on.
That's how I feel.
I want the real thing. Like I want a girl to take her socks off.
Right.
Like I want her to take her socks off and see the rings of the socks on her ankles.
Yes. That's what I was saying this exact thing last night with my wife. A strip club to me would be better if they had jeans on. And maybe not like,
And you saw a little button imprint in their belly?
Yeah,
like
exactly. A pair of jeans, and they're kind of hard to get off. She's got to wiggle out of them, And then maybe like a nice shoe, but like a heel you would wear. Yeah. They're wearing like 9-inch platforms. I'm like, no one wears that. This looks like a stripper.
I want someone to come in from the cold, like bundled up in a jacket.
I agree.
Scarf on, mittens.
Yes.
And I want her to be like, come up to the table, be like, I want to be really cold, like, did you want to get a table dance? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh, okay. I'll meet you back there. And then she comes in, she's like, takes her jacket off.
Yes.
And then like has a bra on, like about an ugly bra.
I agree.
Want regular.
Yes, a tan bra.
Yeah. I want regular shit.
Yes, I concur. So
it
that's
would be
why
so sexy if like you were at your office and your boss, who was a woman, came in and like showed you her tits and was like, want to give you a table dance?
Yeah, exactly. I mean or that's why an actress that I know is hot, seeing them like Jennifer Jason Leigh. You see her naked, you're like, oh wow, that's like, she's like that actress. I mean, she's naked in the first thing I ever saw her in, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, that's why if you see your friends naked, you're like, Jesus Christ. You know what down blousing is?
No, but it sounds like something.
Down blousing. I think Pornhub will be the best place to get down blousing. Down blousing is exactly what you're talking about, kind of. It is a genre of porn where... Are you fucking serious? Yeah,
that's hilarious.
It's where a woman is wearing a loose-fitting shirt, no bra.
Yeah.
Usually like yellow rubber gloves, and she's cleaning a toilet, and you can kind of see her nipples, but she's talking to the camera like, so later... We're gonna stop by my mom's house,
and that sounds like something.
And it's like my favorite thing. I told Leanne the other day. I said, if you don't wear a bra all day, I'll do whatever you want. Like if you just don't wear a bra,
right?
I'll do whatever you want all day. You got me. That's because that for me. I think, but my wife is like, we had a problem with our fence back in the back, and I was like, come on, let's go back and take a look at the fence. She's like, I can't go out in the alley. I'm not wearing a bra. And I go, no one's gonna. She goes, what if someone sees me? I'm not wearing a bra.
Yeah.
I was like, it's fucking hot as shit. Girls don't wear bras all the fucking time.
Yeah.
My wife, when I met her, she slept in a bra.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. Her mom had told her, if you don't sleep in a bra, your tits will fall.
Oh.
And my wife's got
interesting.
perfect boobs. I love my wife's boobs more now than when I met her.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That seems uncomfortable though, because I feel like most women, as soon as they get home, the first thing they want to do is take off their bra.
No.
The women I know.
My daughters are big bra people too, thank God. Because my wife instilled it in them. So like they're sports bras, and Isla wears a sports bra fucking to bed, like everywhere. But I think Isla's just embarrassed of her body. She doesn't want to develop.
Right.
That's another fucking weird thing, is your kids just start turning into fucking humans.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't like that.
Yeah. So what else are you going to do while you're out here?
Well, I'm heading out tonight. I'm going to do a set at the store on the family and friends thing.
And you guys fly together. You can fly coach if you fly together.
We're flying. Yeah, we got Delta Comfort, which is nice. So we got a red eye tonight. I'm gonna go pick her back up at the mall, and then have some dinner, and then go to the store, do a set, go to the airport. Red eye home.
What are you guys doing for dinner?
I don't know what we'll do for dinner. I don't know.
I'm trying to think in Hollywood what's good.
I'm not sure. Maybe
You're gonna stay in Hollywood? Are you
In-N-Out?
checked out of the hotel in Manhattan
Yeah,
Beach?
we're out of the hotel. Yeah.
Nice.
Maybe another In-N-Out because we only get a chance to have it. On our honeymoon, we ate In-N-Out every day. We came out here for our honeymoon. We
real?
went to Laguna Beach, and then we went down to the Doheny Beach, Dana Point. There was a Eddie Vedder has a music festival that he does down there.
Really?
So it's fun. We had like a kind of a West Coast honeymoon. We had In-N-Out every day. Not even on purpose. We had it the first day because we love it, and then we were like, let's just go there again. Then the third day, we were like, we could go again. And then by the fourth day, you're like, let's just do it every day. It was really fun.
That's
how you get reflux,
I make
by the way.
In-N-Out burgers for my daughter. You know what the key to an In-N-Out burger is?
No.
Mustard. They
Oh.
baste them in mustard before they grill them.
I thought you said the keto.
No,
You said the key too.
Key to an In-N-Out burger is they baste them in mustard and then fry them up.
Interesting. Oh.
So I do that for the girls. I baste them in mustard, fry them up, and they taste like In-N-Out.
Wow. That's good stuff.
Yeah, I'm making right now. I'm making the best burgers I've ever made in my life.
Good for you.
Yeah.
That feels good.
Oh, do you cook?
No, never.
But you and Mark got to come on my cooking show.
I was out of town. I forget where I was. I think I was in Europe, actually.
You were in Europe, yeah, 'cause we had just gotten
With
back
Louis,
from Europe.
Yeah. Yes, we just missed you.
Yeah.
Because I was flying home from Europe when Mark was flying to Europe. Like literally, we were in the air at the same time.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, we just missed each other.
God, that Europe tour was fun as shit.
That would have been fun. Yeah.
I
ours
almost
too,
killed
but
him.
Different.
Poor Mark.
But yeah, we missed you. It would
Yeah.
have been fun if we all met up.
Well, I'll let you go get your wife at the mall. This has been awesome, dude.
Was this good? I always think I'm like, did I? The rest of the day, I'll be like, I suck. I hate myself.
For real?
Yeah, that's how I live
no.
my life.
No,
now.
this is great.
All right,
I
good.
mean, I always look at a podcast like I ones that I'm on. I go, okay, was there like a good laugh in it?
Yeah.
I go, as long as there's one good laugh,
Yeah.
I'm cool with the podcast. Like
Okay.
I did one with Tom. It's a little backfiring a little bit, where we just got into a conversation about the concept of reparations.
Uh-huh.
And I'm for, but I'm for in like I'm for in the Killer Mike sense. Like
Yeah.
Killer Mike's like, don't just cut everyone a check. Give black people a part of a business.
Yes.
Like the way they did
Heard that,
casinos
yeah.
with the Native Americans.
Right.
Like, and he's like, I think it should be the marijuana industry.
Right.
It's a brand new business. It's coming around the corner. Allow black people a percentage of the earnings of marijuana.
Right.
They deserve that. From an agricultural standpoint, as the way they were used in this country to establish, I agree with that. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
That's all I was saying. I was saying I was pro. I said it was complicated. I said in the middle of the conversation, I realized, I looked at Tom and I was like, someone's going to edit this to just make it look like I'm racist
Right.
and just move. And they've been doing that so much. And it's like, it's unnerving because people do not know.
Right.
And it's
oh
like,
God, that sounds horrible.
Oh, dude, it's fucking. But then in my head, I just go, you can't control that.
Yeah.
If people
God.
want to do that, they're going to do that. What am I supposed to be like?
Yeah.
Like not talk out loud because people can edit you any way they want now.
Now that you say that, could you edit out 100% of this podcast?
Yeah.
The Catcher in the Rye thing is what I was worried about, but now I'm scared they're gonna,
Catcher in the
whatever.
Rye
I feel like I'm gonna get so many tweets being like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. He never even read that book. But I
I'll
think
make
I'm
sure
right
in
about
the
it.
intro to say, and listen, guys, really listen to this part about the Catcher in Rye and hit him up. So I just posted a picture of my balls online today.
I saw that.
And
When you were on the phone with your cardiologist, I opened the first thing I saw was your testicle.
Yeah, I was very concerned about that because I didn't. What the fuck? I didn't. I thought it was funny, like, Whitney got hacked or whatever.
No, I didn't know. I don't know.
So
happened.
this is what happened. Whitney Cummings, a friend of mine, obviously.
Yes.
These guys were blackmailing her. In one of her Insta posts, she had accidentally posted her nipple.
Okay.
And these guys started blackmailing her, saying, how much for me not to post this online? I bet you wouldn't want this posted. And she was like, fuck you. She was like, you know what? I'll post it. You're not going to fucking blackmail me. I'm not embarrassed. I'll post it.
Okay.
And then it went through the whole thing. And then Dalia sent her a picture of him that he was embarrassed of.
Yeah.
And
That's sweet.
she was like, a real friend is Chris D'Elia. He sent me this picture and said, this is what I look like in my underwear or whatever. It didn't look great. I mean, it looked fine. It's D'Elia. anyone still would want to fuck him.
Right.
So then I had just found this picture of my balls where I ruptured my ball, kind of.
Yeah. Ooh,
And so I said, you know, when you get so excited about something, you don't really think it through. And I saw the thing about Whitney, and I was like, I'll just post a picture of my balls and send it to Whitney and put it online.
Yeah.
Go, I stand with Whitney. I think what those dorks did to you is fucking ridiculous. This is an embarrassing picture of my testicles after I fell in a water slide. And then as soon as I posted it, I went, I think I might have just sent a dick pic to Whitney online. Like as soon as I posted, I was like, okay, I'm trying to support her, but I think what I just did is really inappropriate in the Me Too era.
Right.
And thank God she retweeted and was like, this is what a real friend
Yeah, I
does.
know. I think you're good.
Fuck. Can I show you the one I was going to post?
Yes. I don't know.
I was going to post this picture.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, just fucking solid, straight up.
I think that they would have taken that off, right?
What? No, they wouldn't have taken it off. You can't. People fuck on Twitter.
Oh, right. Twitter, you can do that shit, I guess. Wow. That's fun.
So yeah, so I'll see how the traction's been. I'm sure I'm going to get haters going, this is inappropriate.
Yeah, but there's always haters. That's just the nature of this.
Nick DiPaolo retweeted it.
That's who I saw when I posted
for
it up.
real?
He wrote that.
Barstool Sports goes, I can't even tell what I'm looking at. All right, I don't have to worry.
I think you're good.
Yeah.
I think we're all good. We're all going to be great.
So the podcast is Tuesdays with Stories.
Tuesdays with Stories. Yeah, every Tuesday. Mark Norman and I. It's
I've been on it.
yeah, it's wild. It's
Yeah.
fun. It's a good time. Yeah, we did it at the Improv. It was great.
So wait, if I come out to New York, what will we do?
I don't know.
Because I'm going to hit you up and go like, hey, let's hang out.
Maybe a park hang. I mean, if it's nice out, I set up these park hangs. I get everyone together in Central Park. Sometimes 8, 10, 20, 30 people. It's fun.
For real?
All these comics. Yeah.
When would you do a
Frisbee.
park hang? Because I'll book it around a park hang.
It depends. I mean, we still got another couple months. September and October are great. So we
Okay,
can
I'm coming
work
out
around
this
you.
month, I think, for a weekend to do a podcast and take a sailboat up to Cape Cod.
Okay, I'm there next week. I mean, next week I'll be there all week. I'm off, and then I go to Europe.
Next week?
Yeah.
When do you leave for Europe? Oh, that's right.
I
When
go
do you
to
leave?
London. I'm doing Soho, 30th and 31st in London.
30th and 31st?
Do you have
Okay.
London fans? Can I plug it on there? Soho
Yeah, we have a
Theater,
bunch.
August 30th, 31st. Please
Nice.
come, for God's sakes. It's like a door deal.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, let's pack that bitch out.
please.
Dude, is it you and your wife both?
No, originally, but they were like, we do a 1 hour show here. We don't do opener. They like asked kindly to not have an opener. They're like, it's a 60-minute show. We want you to do 60 minutes. So I was like, okay.
Oh, nice.
But it's August 30th and 31st at the Soho
August
Theater.
30th and 31st. So we've got to get this podcast out. We'll put it out the 28th.
Oh,
so
great.
everyone, so that it's fresh in everyone's mind.
Great. It's this weekend then.
Yeah, it's this weekend.
Fuck
Today is
yeah.
right now, the 12th. Not spoiler alert. Do you play golf?
I do. I love golf.
For real?
Yeah.
Dude, we should play golf.
In New York, it's tough though.
Well, because you got to drive out of the city.
Yeah, there's not like a lot of places club. But if you have a car, I guess you can. I would love to golf. Fuck yeah.
Okay, awesome. Well, I'm
Golf.
gonna come out. Look, I gotta get your number. What's your number?
I think you might have it. We texted at one point.
I'll tell you right now. Joe.
Oh, here's my wife.
Answer it.
Oh, she's texting. We don't
Oh,
call
it's-
on the phone.
Joe.
List.
I have DeRosa. I don't have you. Maybe it's just under list.
Let me see. I'll text you.
Josh Liston.
Is your number still the same?
Yeah. 323-854. Might as well just give it out. Everyone already knows it. There you go. I don't have you. Great. All right, I'm saving you right now.
All right, great.
What's 781?
That's Boston.
Oh, you still got a
Beantown.
Boston number?
Yeah, I never changed it. I mean, now you keep numbers. I mean, people don't post my number on fucking TV.
I may have to get a new phone because it's been fucking aggressive. Although I have been writing off my cardiologist calling me they called like twice and I was like, what the fuck is this number?
That's really funny.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if you died because
What's your full name?
my full name,
Yeah.
Joseph Albert List.
This is an interesting last name. What is it?
It's German. In fact, I was just in Auschwitz, as previously mentioned, and they have like all these books with like 4 million names of victims.
Yeah.
And there's a Joseph list, my name in there. There's like 40 lists in there. So then I was like, hey, maybe I'm a Jew. Maybe I'm part Jew, which would explain a lot of my, mental problems. And then I was like, I could start not worrying about all these Jew jokes I'm making.
Yeah.
You know?
I thought Mark Norman was Jewish because he always says, hey, Jews, or,
Yeah. He does like he wants to be Jewish.
I think he does.
But I'm like, I think I might be. I got to do one of those 20, what is it? 23andMe.
23andMe. What's the guy who owns the New York stand up New York? Altrich.
Auschwitz?
Altrich.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I forget his name. James
Altrich has a great joke about 23andMe.
What is it?
I just got a 23andMe. I'm 99% not. What's the really smart Jewish? Ashkenazi Jew, and 1% Sub-Saharan Africa. He goes, huh? That wasn't a date.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, I love a good joke.
My friend, I'll just tell this quick story and then whatever. My friend, best friend from high school, the guy from Seattle that picked me up at the airport. He was like a camp counselor for his daughter. She's like 6 or maybe she's 8 now. And they were talking. He was listening to her. And her friend was like, I just went and my dad did a 23andMe. And she said, I'm 40% Italian, 20% German. She's like, what are you? And then my friend's daughter said, I'm half Cuban and half Boston, which I loved.
Half Cuban and half Boston?
Because he's from Boston and his wife is Cuban. But it works. Boston is like a place it works for. Like you could be like, I'm half Italian and I'm half Boston. It has like such a style of people.
Someone asked Isla what she was one time. And she goes, in class. And they were like going through and they said, Isla, what are you? And she goes, oh, I'm dyslexic. They're like, no, but what are you? She goes, I think I'm just dyslexic.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I have no roots.
I'm dyslexic. I'm dyslexic too. We found out I was dyslexic by dealing with her. I just figured out a workaround. So when I read, I just read like the words I can see, like the words I just grab the words. It's like a speed reading technique. But I just grab words that I recognize and then that fills in the sentence. But sometimes I will see a word and think of something else.
Yes, I have.
So the other day I saw the headline was, how much water should you have in a day? But I thought, how much water will make you gay? And I went, well, I drink a lot of water. I should probably read this. And then I went, oh, that's not what it is. But I do that so much. I want to make it a bit and just post things that I thought were read, that I thought the ways I read them.
Right.
But I go through them. It happens too much and too often.
I do that. I have the similar thing. I do that a lot. I'll read it like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
I'll be like, why does this? And then I'll be like, oh, I'm an idiot.
I think that's how I started doing comedy. Was I would mishear things, and what I'd mishear was funnier than what they said, and then I just make it my joke.
That's fine.
I'm trying to think of an example. I don't really have an example. I'm sure I can come up with one later.
Put it in post.
I'll put it in post.
Yeah.
It was like that time.
That was hilarious. That's a good bit, man. That was really good.
Awesome, man. Well, have fun tonight at In-N-Out. Go grab your wife.
Yes.
This has been a blast, dude.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Anytime you come out, if you want to do my podcast, it's an open invite.
All right, I'll let you know.
Literally, and if you go, hey, we're going out to LA, I would love to do a podcast while I'm out there. Hit me up.
All right,
I would love to.
I will take you up on that. Do you mean that? Because I don't want to be the guy 100%. That's like nervous, and I'm like, maybe I'll text you, maybe I won't.
That your whole group in New York, I'm so jealous that like I don't live out there, because all the New York comics are all like 10 years younger than me, and Ari's with all you guys, and you guys seem like you're having so much fucking fun.
Yeah, we have fun.
And so I always when I come out there, I want to be able to like hang out with you guys, and the only way to really do that is vice versa. If you come out here and let you know it's an open invite to come do my podcast.
Okay.
All you guys. All you guys.
Perfect.
Except for Mark Norman.
I'll do it.
Dude, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Fuck yeah.